And here we go. All right. I have unmuted myself. We can get started. God, move. Wait a minute. No. No, no. This is not where it's supposed to be plugged. Damn it. Take this off. I gotta plug you in. God, it's supposed to be on like the screen here. There we go. All right. I'm good. I think. All right. Here we go. Make sure you're good. I'm good. We're all good. Everybody's good. We should be fine. All right. Let's do this the proper way. All right. We are good. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, what is up? What is good? What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are enjoying your day. Chill vibes today. Chill vibes. Chill vibes. Hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. Hopefully everything went well for you. Hopefully you were able to spend time with your family. Happy holidays to all. Whether you celebrate Christmas, whether you celebrate Hanukkah, whether you celebrate Kwanzaa, whatever you choose to celebrate, happy holidays to all. And yeah, we are less than 24 hours away from the Ravens playing against the Packers in what will ultimately determine their season for the most part. And we are relatively 48 hours away from knowing whether or not the Ravens are going to be either eliminated from the playoffs or if we somehow find ourselves in a do-or-die elimination game. Now, if you've been on this channel, you know for a fact I've been actively praying that this team misses the playoffs, because I think that's the one thing that will actually wake up our owner, who only cares about money. I think it's the one thing that will wake him up and actually have him make the move to move off a hardball and actually make some significant changes in Baltimore. That man only cares about money and cares about his business, and if his business is not thriving, if the team's not thriving, it's going to hurt his business, which is going to hurt his pockets, which is why he would make a move. So if the Ravens miss the playoffs, it would be a high incentive to move off a hardball, especially if you have a whole fan base that has been calling for his job. The media has been hot on it, and it could be what ultimately determines how the next era of football would look like. The era either, because I don't think you're going to have a situation where both these guys return. You can't have a situation where you run it back and have both Lamar and Harbaugh here. It's just not going to work for the fans. What's going on to everybody in the chat? So I just think it's going to be one or the other. Either they're going to move forward with Lamar and move off a Harbaugh, or they're going to choose to stick with Harbaugh and they're going to have to trade Lamar, with his permission, of course, because, again, I have to specify, Lamar has a no-trade clause. If he doesn't want to get traded, he's not getting traded. So, yeah, it would come down to that. But I just don't think you can run it back. Even with all the injuries, you can't run it back and be like, all right, we'll try again next year with this unit. I just don't think that would work out. And if the owner does try that, he may find that a lot of people will choose to not tune in, myself included in that aspect. So, yeah, we're less than 48 hours away from determining our fate. And I'm telling you right now, I don't like how things are going. First of all, Jordan Love is officially out for the game. He will not play on Saturday, which we already knew because he was in concussion protocol. We knew he would be out. We expected Jordan Love to not play. So that's the situation there. As for Lamar, he's doubtful to play. At the end of the day, that doesn't necessarily matter. If he wants to play and he feels like he's good enough to play, he'll play. My opinion, I don't see a reason for him to step foot on that field. There's no reason for him. Again, from the hamstring to the knee to the ankle, the foot, the toe, the back, he's had injuries all over his body. There's no point in putting your future on the line to try to go win this game, especially if it could potentially be meaningless. There'd be no point.
This isn't going away.
It would be no point.
Public and messy.
How could you hide this from me, Alfred?
By the way, I'm playing a Batman game here because, well, if you guys haven't been here recently on the channel, I made a clear declaration that if John Harbaugh returns as the head coach of this football team for the 2026 season, I will not be covering the Ravens. I'm a man of my word, so when I made that statement, I'm standing by it. This is me testing the waters, because if he's back for the 2026 season, I'm not talking football on this channel. I'm not even going to focus on football. So something's going to have to happen on the channel. Either I'm going to start doing other things, or I'm going on hiatus, and that's just it for us. So I have to start preparing myself, which is why I started doing some gaming stuff here while also doing a lot of these discussions, because I'm trying to get into this realm. I'm also thinking I'll probably talk about basketball and other things too, but I've already set the tone here. If Harbaugh's back for the next season, I'm not covering football next year. I've already said that. So I'm not even lying about that. Y'all will be coming here asking me about what I think about this and what I think about that, and I'll tell you I don't have an opinion because I'm not watching or paying attention. I'm a man of my word. If they don't make the change and move off of Harbaugh, I'm not coming back to cover this team next year. I'm not gonna watch Ravens football. I ain't gonna talk none of that. That's just how it's gonna be. I'm gonna stick by my word. So I'm already trying to mentally prepare for that by playing some games here, which is why I'm playing some Batman right now. But back to the point here, because we'll be alternating between playing the game and let's see. I'm not gonna ruin this with Alfred.
How could I hold this against you? You're all I've got, Alfred. Thank you.
I'm not gonna lie. I really said I was gonna be a douche to everybody except Selena because I'm trying to bag her. Probably shouldn't have said that with Alfred, but Alfred's too much of an OG.
First time I've been back here since that night.
You think Lamar would go to Miami to do what?
To collect you.
He won't win a championship with them. That'd be a waste of time.
I couldn't believe
Unless he just wants to go back home. But he's not winning a Super Bowl with Miami. And again, I want to point this out.
He was simply too well known.
It's the Ravens can't trade him. Lamar has a no trade clause. He would have to approve that.
There it was.
It's as simple as that. If Lamar says he wants out, then yeah, they'll have to trade him. If they go to him with the trade idea and said, we want to trade you, and Lamar's like, I don't want to be traded, he's not getting traded. He has a no trade clause. So that's just as simple as that. And even if he agrees to it, even if he says, you know what, fine, go ahead and trade me, he would have to agree on the destination that they want to trade him to. If they want to trade him to a team, to like the Jets, and he doesn't want to go to the Jets, he's not getting traded to Jets. He has a no trade clause. I need to specify this. If he was to be traded, it would have to be a place he specifically wants to go. And if Lamar is actually serious about competing for a championship, he's not going to go to a team he doesn't feel he could win a championship on. So it's as simple as that. Miami's not the place that's going to help him win the championship. Just being realistic here. He won't win the championship in Miami. So that's just not where he would want to go. It just wouldn't make sense.
And what would the Batman do with his own parents' killer? The possibilities are frightening.
Smoke him.
Trust myself around him.
Batman doesn't kill.
All right. So let's see. Even if
That's
Lamar
why I wouldn't
wins,
trust
he
myself.
can't even with this fan. Well, he can't. Even if Lamar wins, he won't win with his fan base.
He was
If the fans
stuck
don't
to
want
death
to
in
move
prison.
on,
No one mourns for
Lamar
Joe
should go to the
Chill.
Lions again. If he wants to go to Detroit, that's up to him. So Max Crosby may get traded or released by the Raiders. Did you hear? I've heard all of this, and again, it does nothing to me because I know my organization. I know my organization. They're not going to get Max Crosby. Why would I waste my time getting my hopes up? I know how this organization works. A lot of time, y'all guys constantly bring up these great players that could be traded or released. And you're like, what do you think about the Ravens getting him? We know they're not going to get him.
Sadly, he was mistaken.
We know we're not going to get him. Why bring up the conversation if we know it's a waste of time? Baltimore's not getting Max Crosby. Let's not waste our time with things that we know aren't going to happen. We've seen how this organization has worked for 30 years now. They're not getting no Max Crosby. They're not. They're not. Especially because of the money they'd have to pay him. They're not going to do that. They're not. And why the hell would Max Crosby want to come to Baltimore with this mess right now? You're not even fully sure if Lamar is going to be here or not. Like, we know how they work. Every time y'all bring up, I'm not saying anything's bad at what you're saying, but I'm saying every time y'all come here and you bring up a star player or a great player and say, hey, this player might be available. You think the Ravens are going to get him? Dude, they're not going to get him. If you've been here long enough to see how the Ravens operate, they don't get players like that. They weren't doing that with Ozzy. What makes you think they're going to do that with EDC? That's not how this organization works. They've never been able to get these star-level players. It ain't going to happen. He's not going to
Where exactly does the memory
He's not
end?
going to win a championship with the Raiders, guys.
With my father pleading.
He's not winning a championship with the Raiders.
You don't
He's not
have to
winning a
do
championship
this.
with the Dolphins. He's not going to.
And the gunfires.
Again, Lamar has a no trade clause. He would have to decide whether or not he wants to be traded. if he approves
considerable
to be
gaps
traded,
in that
they would have to put together a
recollection.
package with a team that Lamar would approve going to. He's not going to Las Vegas because he won't win the championship there. And going back to Miami, it wouldn't make sense for a guy that says he wants to win a Super Bowl. Now, if he just wants to go home, go home. You won't win the championship in Miami. But if you want to go home, Lamar, go home. And again, we're saying all these things about Lamar could go here, Lamar could go there. Lamar has shown no interest in leaving this team. A lot of us are just saying Lamar could go here, Lamar could go there, Lamar could go everywhere. Like, come on, guys. We're legitimately saying Lamar could go this place and Lamar could go that place. We literally haven't heard any conversation about Lamar wanting to go anywhere. We're just making these assumptions that Lamar could go to Vegas. Lamar may want to go back to Miami. We've had no indication that Lamar wants to leave. Even the one time he talked about, oh, I want to be traded, it was literally a ploy that every athlete chooses to utilize when they're trying to get the contract they want. They threaten, they say, I want to be traded because you're not going to pay me my contract. The team folds and gives them what they want. We literally saw Myles Garrett did this. He literally did this last offseason. I no longer want to play for the Cleveland Browns. Okay, let's give you the money you want and more. Okay. And now he's there. Like, again, Lamar's shown no actual interest in actually leaving. So this is just speculation about Lamar could go here, Lamar could go there. When did Lamar say he wants to be traded? And the media's, I don't know if the media's done their research, because they keep talking about the Ravens should trade him to the Jets. The Jets could make a phone call. The Dolphins can make a phone call. He has a no-trade clause. Did no one realize that he has a no-trade clause? I'll say it 1,000 times. Lamar Jackson has a no-trade clause. This whole talk about him going to this team or that team, Lamar himself would have to show interest in wanting to be traded. And even if that was the case, wherever they want to trade him, Lamar would have to approve of that because he has a no-trade clause. So this whole week of talk and discussion, which, again, I have not been paying attention to because, again, I don't care. But legitimately, he has a no-trade clause. You hear all these sports shows talk about, hey, man, the Jets might want to make a call for Lamar. He has a no-trade clause. Why would he want to go to the Jets? It's just speculation that a lot of us are just making here. But we'll get to that in a second. Baltimore plays tomorrow against the Green Bay Packers, and then Sunday the Steelers play against the Browns. And I'm not gonna lie to you, man, I don't like how things are going. Like I said, Jordan Love's not gonna play. Lamar's probably not gonna play, but with Tyler Huntley playing as the quarterback here, I'm not even going to lie to you, bro. John Harbaugh's job could be on the line. Watch him put up the best coaching performance he could put up. And keep this in mind, bro. The Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers game. This is going to be in Cleveland. Pittsburgh has not won in Cleveland since 2021. I also just got a note. I also just got a fancy little tweet that passed by here in regards to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, in case you didn't know, the Pittsburgh Steelers are dealing with some major injuries. We already know about what's his name? TJ Watt. He's probably not going to play because of the whole situation with his punctured lung and how that went. So TJ Watt's probably gone. TJ Watt's probably gone. And then TJ Watt's probably gone, so he's probably not going to play tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Sunday. But apparently, they've been dealing with a wave of injuries on their defense. First of all, TJ Watt's gone. DK Metcalf is suspended, so that's their best offensive weapon. He's not going to play. I found out more things. Jalen Ramsey didn't practice all week.
I was going to contact your office first thing.
Jalen Ramsey has not practiced all week, apparently, according to the reports. He has not practiced all week. They're also missing multiple corners. Multiple starting corners are out.
Is that a fact?
They're dealing with a lot of injuries on the defensive side, and DK Metcalf is not going to play. Also got to keep in mind that Pittsburgh has not won in Cleveland since 2021. I don't like where this is going. I'm not interested in a battle for the division in the Week 18 situation. I don't want to play the chance. I don't want to have the possibility of this team making the playoffs and saving Harbaugh's job. I want this team to lose. I want this team to miss the playoffs, and I want Harbaugh gone. I want to give an actual incentive to the owner to showcase whether he actually cares about winning or if it's about undying loyalty to Harbaugh. I'm just trying to figure this out.
He's out of control.
Well, if it makes the city safer, who cares if a few thugs get hurt?
I care.
Also, the wide receiver, too, is out. Dude, everybody's out. No, bro, the league is playing with me right now. This is not funny. The league is playing with me, bro. Bro, Green Bay, you got to win, dog. Green Bay. Did Green Bay clinch a playoff spot? Guys, question, did Green Bay clinch a playoff spot? Because the Lions lost they lost yesterday, right? So the Packers are in the playoffs, right? Did the Packers clinch a playoff spot? I would have to check that, but they clinched? Oh my God. Oh no? I see people saying yes, but one person said no. Are the Packers clinched? Yeah, with the Lions loss, they clinched. Oh my God.
Bruce Wayne.
They have no incentive to play their starters.
You must
With
have
all the
some
injuries that are happening, the Packers have no incentive to play their
My own
starters.
wife can't get in to see me.
The Packers have no incentive to play their starters, man.
It's like a mausoleum in here.
We need to
We
talk,
need to
Falcone.
talk, Falcone.
There's no
went so
way you're
eager
telling me the
last
Packers.
time we met.
So the Packers have no actual reason to play their starters, knowing the injuries they're dealing with. They have no real incentive to play their starters tomorrow. Meanwhile, the Steelers are banged up left and right. They're missing multiple wide receivers because apparently their wide receiver 2 is out. DK Metcalf is suspended. TJ Watt's not going to play. Jalen Ramsey didn't practice all damn week. And they're missing multiple corners.
I could avenge my father's death right now.
You're playing with me, bro. I don't want this team to make the playoffs, and it seems like the cards are right there to save Harbaugh's job. What are the odds? You know what?
So that's what this is really about.
Harbaugh's about to put up the best coaching performance he's put up all season. And this team is going to find a way to win. And then somehow Cleveland with Shador Sanders, I can't do this, bro. I just want this team to lose out. And yet everything is pointing to a Week 18 matchup. But this is crazy. This is crazy, bro.
Maybe I should have spelled it out.
Shut up, Falcone.
Watch it, Falcone. I still see some unbroken bones.
Tough guy.
Oh, the Packers do want to win out. If they want to win the division, then by all means, please play their starters. Please.
Your father, Hill, and me.
If you think that's
We
bad,
ran this
wait
city.
till you hear Packers
Still
can
do.
still win the NFC North. Green Bay will play
this
mentally
pain.
to try to win. Oh, thank you.
think through
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
Morphine
If they still have a chance to win the division,
Be
I love
the
it.
boy and
If the Packers still have a chance to win the division, that's going to give them all the incentive to fight with everything they've got, even without Jordan Love. That's going to give the incentive for the defense to step up, the offense to step up, and Malik Willis to deliver. Oh, no, I'm going to hurt. I'm not easing his pain.
Not here.
But if you're telling me the Packers still have something to play for, that works for me because I want my team to lose. I want the Ravens to lose. There needs to be a real change in Baltimore. What's the point in making the playoffs just to have Lamar join the 3-6 Mafia? Because we're going to lose that wild card game, and they're going to blame him. I don't want to deal with that.
I need you.
And then there'll also be an incentive because despite everything that happens, 1-5 start, injuries everywhere, they still make the playoffs. Harbaugh will keep his job. Because, you know, it's not his fault. All the injuries caused the 1-5 start, and they still made the playoffs. Harbaugh, I don't want to hear that. They will come up with an incentive to give this. If this team makes the playoffs, Harbaugh will save himself once again. I cannot do that. I can't deal with it. So I need this team to lose out. I actively need this team to lose out.
he had a switch, you know. Still,
Your only hope is Green Bay to win and the Bears to lose Sunday night against the 49ers.
he was one of the most brilliant men I ever knew.
I hardly remember anything about him.
Listen, if Green Bay handles business tomorrow and the Ravens season comes to an end, we could start looking to see if Harbaugh's gone. If somehow the Ravens win, we got to rely on Pittsburgh to do their job and win the division properly. If they blow it to Cleveland, oh, so help me God, bro. I'm not even joking. If they blow it to Cleveland, and I got to come sit here next week and be like, do or die game in Pittsburgh for the postseason, I'm going to be pissed. If I got to sit here Monday and be like, we have to go beat Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh to go win the division. If it comes down to that, I'm going to be pissed. Oh, snap. Who packed them up?
They're waiting for you in hell.
Oh, snap. Oh, damn.
The bastard had to die.
Why'd she put 2 bullets in him?
Hands in the air! Stand down! Get a doctor! Secure this floor!
Nah, that's
No
wild.
one gets in or out.
She put 2 bullets in him, and it was perfect, right in the head and the chest. Why'd she pack him up? I was not fully paying attention to the story. I was trying to get answers out of Falcone. Why'd she pack him up like that? What happened? Nah. Bruce was literally trying to get answers out of Falcone about his parents, and she put 2 bullets in him.
We are in deep shit.
Thank you, appreciate that.
I bought us some time.
Nah.
Not much.
Why she put 2 bullets in him like
Sooner or
that?
later. Why would she do something like this? We had Gotham's biggest crime lord in our grasp. This close. We were this close.
I actually don't know why she did that. I'm gonna stay silent. I don't know why she did that. I'm not gonna pretend like I know what happened.
This force is riddled with corruption.
Oh,
Someone
no.
must have got to her, Jim. It just doesn't make any sense. She'd never do anything to hurt the department.
Well, she just put 2 bullets in Falcone, so I don't know.
For 1,000 unnamed
I gotta get back to my Ravens topic. We'll see. I'm listening to the story, so I'll be able to keep up with relatively everything I need to talk about. But damn, we put 2 bullets in him. Anyway, back to this. Yeah, if Green Bay still has something to play for, I think they'll play tough and they should be able to win tomorrow.
Shooter in custody. Details are still coming in, and we're investigating.
You're being played.
Someone planned this for a reason.
Even if that's true, the simple fact is she gunned him down in his hospital.
If the Ravens bring back John Harbaugh next season, I'm not watching the team next season. Hey, I said the same thing, man. I said I'm not making content on this team next year. I've actively been out here saying that I'm not going to do it. And I know a lot of people say they won't. I'm a man of my word. I am not covering this team next year if Harbaugh's the head coach. I'll leave it to the other Ravens YouTubers here. You guys have at it. I am not doing it next year. I'm not covering them. I'm not watching them. I'm not talking about them. My Twitter page, I will create a whole new Twitter page and focus on non-related sports things. I won't even talk football. I'm out if John is still here.
For anything I find.
I'm just being realistic here.
Alfred, I'm gonna try and confirm some
I'm not worried
suspicions.
at all. No team will ever win the AFC North 3 years in a row. So even if we win and the Steelers lose, we definitely lose in Week 18. I don't want to have to deal with this for another week, though. But I agree with you on that. I want the Ravens to miss the playoffs, but I have a weird feeling they'll end up in the playoffs, and John will use that as an excuse to keep his job. That would be the worst case scenario. And if that happens, they're definitely calling for Mike Tomlin's job. They're calling for Mike Tomlin's job if they go 0-2 to lose the division. They will call for Mike Tomlin's job for sure. Do you know what the crazy thing about the Niners is? If they win out, they get the first seed, and they don't have to travel nowhere to the playoffs and Super Bowl because they'll be at their home turf. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. It's not the first time we've seen that, but that'd be crazy. The Rams did win a Super Bowl in their house. They beat the Bengals in LA. So it is possible, but they didn't have the 1 seed that year. I'm going to sell my season ticket if Harbaugh's still here by March. I wouldn't blame you if you do that. I feel you. I want them to lose as well. Harbs doesn't need to have his job saved. I'm hoping that doesn't happen, man. Oh boy, I'm hoping that doesn't happen. His job. If the Ravens make the playoffs, Harbaugh's job is safe. If they miss the playoffs, they're going to look at Steve and ask him whether or not he actually cares about this team's winning or not. Because you have to move off of John.
But I got this awful feeling something terrible happened.
You packed up for Falcone.
Not good, Sergeant.
You put 2 bullets in Falcone. He gone.
I did.
Sent that boy to the next dimension.
No.
So when will it be your final Ravens video? Because you know they're not going to fire him. Well,
It would explain
when the season officially comes to an end, because I don't think they're making the playoffs, when the season comes to an end, I'll make 1 video about it. And then in terms of my last video, well, here's the thing. Part of me sitting here thinking I just will be vacant from the channel. Another part of me is like, I don't want to do you guys like that. So I could just cover the NBA on this channel because I already cover the NBA. I cover the NBA playoffs. If you've been a long time fan of mine, you know once the football ends, we immediately pivot to the NBA. We talk about that and we cover the NBA playoffs. I was here during the playoff run last year. I was here as the Pacers got to the NBA finals. We were streaming those games. So I just pivot to the NBA. But once football comes back, I pivot back to the NFL. If we do not have,
no matter what.
If John Harbaugh's back next season, I'm just not going to cover football. But I can still talk about the NBA. And what I'm trying to do right now as I get into these discussion videos is I'm trying to do a little bit more gameplay here. As you can see, I'm playing a game right now while we're doing this discussion. I'm coming up with other things I'll try to do on the channel here. Even though I have other things I'm trying to get interested in and maybe other channels I want to branch out into. I don't want to leave this Keeping It Real channel empty just because John Harbaugh's still here. So we won't talk football, but we can still talk basketball here and other things. It just depends.
Cobblepot said something similar.
So it is what it is.
Sorry, Lieutenant. I've let you down.
We stalled Falcone's lawyers for now, but they'll be back. How is she? Did she tell you anything?
Don't worry
Do you truly
about
think the
that.
Ravens will pick up Zay's 5th option?
I found evidence that she was drugged. A fresh
Probably.
injection site on her neck.
Again, he's the first. He's the third Ravens player in franchise history to have back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. He was our first ever drafted receiver to make the Pro Bowl, and he made the Pro Bowl again this year. So back-to-back Pro Bowls for Zay Flowers. They're going to pick up his option. The fumbling issue is definitely something that needs to be fixed. But if they make a coaching change, you bring in a coach that's going to be more disciplined with Zay Flowers, you would assume that's going to be fixed. But yeah, they're picking up Zay Flowers. No matter how you want to look at it, Baltimore doesn't have, in their history, they don't have a lot of receivers that can consistently get 1,000 yards. Jesus, who the hell's Jay? Zay Flowers, can you leave me alone, lady?
The press can't seem to leave me alone.
Oh my
I
God.
don't know what to tell you.
Dog, Vicky, leave me alone. I don't want to talk to the press. You bothered me at my own mansion. Oh my God, bro, leave me alone. I don't care. I don't care. Vicky, leave me alone. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you.
Enough dirt on Falcone to put him in Blackgate prison for life. A day after he showed up at your house. And now you're here. You can't afford to be associated with another scandal. I can keep your name out of whatever we print, but you need to give me something I can use. Who fired the shots? A cop?
Vicky,
I can tell by the way you're brushing.
leave me
off that
alone.
Something happened.
I don't have time for this, bro. Leave me alone, Vicky. We're not friends.
Please.
I don't want to work with the press. Leave me alone.
Disappointing.
That's cool.
Maybe you have more to do with this than I thought.
I don't care. Vicky, leave me alone. I'm not talking to the press, okay? Every time you talk to the press, things go wrong. I'm not talking to the press about this. Leave me alone, Vicky. Stop bugging me for interviews. Stop trying to tape every conversation we have. Stop trying to prod me for information. You don't need to know nothing. Leave me alone, Vicky. Back to this. Okay, so they're picking up Zay Flowers. You guys can have a problem with Zay Flowers fumbling. We all do. But again, in the history of the Ravens, in the history of this organization, they have had 3 players that have had multiple 1,000-yard seasons. Zay Flowers is one of them.
In the meantime, we have to.
Zay Flowers is also the first drafted receiver in franchise history to make it to the Pro Bowl. And he made it to the Pro Bowl again this year. Back-to-back Pro Bowls for him. He also had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. No matter how you feel about Zay, he's been the most productive receiver they've had in a long time. They're not letting Zay Flowers walk. We'll have problems with him never running in a straight line. We'll have problems with him fumbling the ball in a lot of key situations, but they're not going to move off of him. So yeah, they'll pick up his 5th-year option. They're not moving off of him. They're going to pick up his 5th-year option.
We should all be mindful of that. I hope he told you something before he was killed.
Let's see.
What did you learn from him?
Parents are corrupt.
Backed up what you told me. My father ran.
I could talk a little anime here, but I also do want to do an anime channel as well. I have a lot of things I want to get into in 2026 that I want to branch out into. I may talk about that here on the channel. But also, we could do some light discussions here on... We can really do some light discussions here. I could do some anime discussions here, some anime talks here. So yeah, if there's no Ravens football on the channel next year, we'll just talk about basketball and other things. If Harbaugh's here next year, I don't see a point in me watching. I'm being dead serious. I'm not watching if Harbaugh's there. If you guys want to, you are free to do so. But yeah, they're oh my goodness.
We're out of control.
Getting Pickens. Be realistic, dude. They're not getting Pickens. They're not getting Pickens, man. Favorite anime show? My favorite series is One Piece. My favorite series is One Piece. My second favorite series is Kingdom. That's why I got One Piece on this side. I got Kingdom on this side. If we take down the green screens, which, I mean, I don't know if I could do that. Okay, well, based on my camera, you'll actually see my Lamar Jackson poster. But okay, let me see if I can move up to it. If I actually go to, my camera is like so messed up right there. Because like legitimately, yeah, it won't work like this. The way my camera is angled.
Drugging others to fight.
Either way, I got One Piece posters like right here, and then I got like a Kingdom poster over there, and I don't want to mess up my.
No one is safe.
I don't want to mess up my structure for the stream, because once you set up the structure is different. So yeah. Favorite One Piece character would definitely, I mean, definitely be Luffy. I'm as generic as I could possibly be. But yeah, Luffy. That's pretty much it for me on that aspect in terms of favorite. Well, no, I think like I have a bunch of series that I like, but my two favorite is One Piece and Kingdom, and I keep up with it constantly. Let's see here. What else I got? Harbaugh not getting fired, even though the Ravens don't make the playoffs. They'll instead fire Monken and Orr. You're absolutely right about that. Why do you think I'm doing gameplay right? I'm doing gameplay right now, and I'm getting ready for a 2026 season where I'm not talking about Ravens football. I've already done myself. I'm already doing some early tests. I didn't watch a single one of the Christmas games yesterday. I didn't watch, for the first time in years, I did not watch a single Christmas game. Not a single Christmas game. There was 3 Christmas games that played yesterday. I didn't watch a single Christmas football game. I am trying to do my very best to distance myself from football in preparation of John Harbaugh being here next year. Because I'm going to be a man of my word, and I'm not covering the team. I'm not watching football next year if he's the head coach of this team. I told y'all to quote me. So I didn't. You saw I didn't talk no football. I didn't speak no football. I didn't watch a single one of the games that played yesterday. I'm preparing myself because I don't think this team's going to fire Harbaugh. And if he's here next year, I'm not here next year. I'll be on the channel. You guys will ask me, hey, man, how you feel about the Ravens losing against the Steelers? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I can't help you with that. I didn't watch the game. I don't know what happened. That's just going to be the answers you're going to get from me in 2026 if Harbaugh's still there. So I'm mentally preparing myself right now. Let's see. Yeah, I keep saying, I love the idea of getting these star players. They're not picking up Pickens. They're not paying Pickens. That's not how the Ravens operate. We know this. As much as you want them to get star players in the prime, they're not getting Pickens in his prime. We know that. If they keep Harbaugh over Lamar, I'm definitely boycotting this team. Get ready for them to do that. Get ready for them to do that. They will definitely pick Harbaugh over Lamar. I'm still on the Alabaster arc of One Piece. Hey, man, you got plenty of time. Keep going at it. You got plenty of arcs to catch up with, man. Take your time. The thing about it is everyone always talks about how long One Piece is as a series. And I'm just like, well, yeah, a great story and a great series. There's some great stories and great series that are short. There's some great short-running series that you could finish off quickly. But there's also some really great long-running series that if you really want to see the greatness of the series, you got to stick with it. People will watch all these TV shows and TV dramas that have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 plus seasons and never complain. But then you talk about One Piece. One Piece is so long. Ain't nobody saying you got to catch up to One Piece in a day. Dude, take your time. Take your time. If you actually want to get into the series, take your time and slowly watch it. The same way you guys watch these TV shows. You'll watch a drama that's been going on for like 12 seasons, but you don't have the patience to sit back and watch One Piece. I'm just saying, like, if you really want to get into the series, take your time. No one's saying you got to catch up in a day. No one's saying you got to catch up in a week. If you want to take a year to catch up to One Piece, slowly and methodically watch it whenever you got time because you actually have an interest in it. If it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea. But yeah, I mean, if you actually are interested in it, take your time. So you're on Alabaster right now. Take your time, enjoy the story, enjoy the world of One Piece, and slowly work yourself through. Considering you're on Alabaster, I'm pretty sure at this point you do have an interest in continuing the story, so I'm not going to spoil anything for you there. Actually, give me a second, guys. I gotta go do something real quick. I'll be right back, guys. Give me a second. All right, we are back. We are back. We are back. So, I'll close this up real quick. Don't need to see my background there. So we are back. We are back. We are back. I am going to continue. I'm gonna read some of these comments before I continue on because we talked about the Ravens and the Packers as well as Browns and Steelers. We talked about this potential aspect of Baltimore heading into Week 18 with their season still being being alive and they have a chance to make the playoffs by winning the division. We've talked about that. Now I want to actually get into the whole Lamar Jackson conversation because this situation is very weird. So I'll talk about the Lamar situation in a minute. I want to read some of your comments and then we will move forward. God, I am so far away. You know what? I have my phone for a reason. Let's actually take a look here. This is the fun part about going to my actual channel and then checking out the live. So I'm going to read your comments from right here. This is actually a lot easier. So I stopped with the whole... let's see. I stopped. Someone brought up Pickens and I'm like, yeah, they're not going to do that. 49ers not making the Super Bowl. They had a cupcake schedule. All those injuries will definitely hurt them. Probably. If they play the Rams this Sunday, Rams will blow them out. Well, they did play the Rams the first time around, and they were injury-riddled, and they beat the Rams. An injury-riddled Niners team without Brock Purdy beat the Rams. So, I mean, the Rams aren't this unbeatable team. But I think if the Rams meet up against them the second time around, they'll probably win. Mike Preston is a hack. He's always been a hack. People in Baltimore know about this. Everyone's just trying to make some... The public media is trying to act like this is legitimate just because they actually don't know how it works. And Ravens fans are pulling up the articles. Mike Preston has always been negative about this team. Every time he writes, it's a negative argument, a negative article towards somebody. He's written a terrible article. First of all, he wrote an article bashing the Ravens when they drafted Ed Reed. He wrote another article about Ed Reed, basically calling him whiny. Ed Reed actually spoke about that too and had some very, very strong words for Mike Preston. He also wrote another article about Ray Lewis and basically called him selfish. I mean, this dude has written articles about a lot of our star players, and it's all been negative. I don't think this guy actually likes this team or cares for this team, and he pretty much criticizes everything they do. This is what he's been doing. The fans are pulling up his old articles when he was bashing Ray Lewis and bashing Ed Reed. Nobody in Baltimore takes this dude seriously. Nobody takes this dude seriously. But because the media right now is on this huge craze on Lamar Jackson drama, because that's just what we're dealing with in this era, because they're on this huge craze, this is what we get. At the end of the day, I'm going to talk about this whole Lamar Jackson thing in a second, but there's a primary reason as to why this is happening, and it's very simple. Harbaugh not getting fired, even the Ravens don't make the playoffs. They'll instead fire Monken or Orr. I agree with that. They're not getting Pickens. Ravens should fire Harbaugh and hire Stefanski. No, we don't want Kevin Stefanski. Give me one of these up and coming offensive coordinators or defensive coordinators. Kubiak, who's in Seattle. I want Kubiak, who's from Seattle. I'll take him. You need to talk movies. I could definitely look to talk movies. We'll do a bunch of things here if we don't talk about football next year. Think Harbaugh is trying to throw Lamar under the bus to save his job. Well, if that helps him out, good for him. If it doesn't, he can go. At the end of the day, Steve's going to be the one to make the call. And if he chooses Harbaugh over Lamar, understand his business is going to fail miserably because people are not going to pay tickets to watch his team without Lamar Jackson. Because, again, here's the thing. Prior to Lamar Jackson, you could still sell... Prior to Lamar Jackson, prior to Joe Flacco, you could still sell tickets because you had a Hall of Fame defense. You had Ray Lewis. You had Ed Reed. You had Terrell Suggs. We watched the team because of the defense. You had legitimate star players on the defensive side. We weren't watching for the offense. Other than Jamal Lewis, other than when you had what I want to say, Derek Mason, if you want to say that as well. We did watch for that. We watched for when we had Todd Heap. We watched for Todd Heap. We had a few players on offense we watched for. But people watch Ravens games because of the Hall of Fame players you had on the defense. And that defense was doing damage to everybody. You wanted to see what Ray Lewis and the defense was going to do against Peyton Manning. You wanted to see what Ray Lewis and the defense was going to do against Tom Brady. You wanted to see what Ray Lewis and the defense would do against Ben Roethlisberger. You wanted to see what this Ray Lewis defense was going to do against some of the best quarterbacks in the league. That's why people were watching. That's why people were coming to the games, because of Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Terrell Suggs, and all those other legends. And people watch this team now because of Lamar Jackson. You let that guy walk, what are they going to watch this team for? You don't have a Hall of Fame defense. You don't even have a good defense right now. So you don't have a good defense to capture our attentions like you did in the 2000. You have a bunch of talent, but you actually don't know how to utilize them. What would people watch this team for if it's not for Lamar? So if they want to play the cards and move off of Lamar Jackson, you're free to do so. But Steve will have no attraction to this team. Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Terrell Suggs, they're gone. That was your attraction in the 2000s. They're not there. You move off of Lamar, who's your biggest attraction now, because you needed somebody to take that spot to attract the fans after Ed Reed went on to the Jets and Ray Lewis retired, and you still had T. Sizzle there, and he was still good enough to at least be able to bring our attention there because you still had that. And of course, when you had Pernell McPhee and all these other guys that came up too during the 2010s when that defense was still good, yeah, we had some guys that were definitely attracting us watching, but it was always on the defensive side. As much as you want to say it, you look at that defense, other than Kyle Hamilton, who would we really want to watch? You've got no attraction in Baltimore if Lamar's gone. It's not the 2000s where the biggest attraction was Ray Lewis. He's not there. So if you move off of Lamar, yeah, Steve's business is going to fail because people are not going to come to the games. No one's buying tickets anymore. You don't have Hall of Famers on the defense. So why would we watch? Lamar is the biggest attraction. He's the reason why people go to these games. Without Lamar, who's going to these games next year? Prior to Lamar was Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and all these other guys. You don't have Hall of Fame legendary players on the defensive side. So there's no reason for people to watch. No one's coming to watch this mess of a team next year if Lamar's not there. So if Steve wants to take that risk and tank his business, by all means. He's free to move off of Lamar if he wants to. That'll tank his business, but it's up to him though. Yeah, let me continue with this because I have to get to that part with Lamar, by the way. Who are my top 3 favorite One Piece villains? Don Flamingo would be 1. Crocodile would be 2. Katakuri. If you've caught up with the story, you don't talk about. Doflamingo would be 1. Crocodile would be 2. Katakuri would be 3. Those are my 3 favorite villains in One Piece. 4 would be either Kaido or Lucci, one of the 2. But it is what it is. Dallas will franchise tag Pickens. Pickens not coming to Baltimore. Never even thought he would. I've already told people they're wasting their time thinking that Pickens is coming to Baltimore. What's going on, Purple City? I truly think the Ravens will I think the Ravens would have been at 2 or 3 Super Bowls in the Lamar era, but the coaching staff has failed. We can have those conversations for years. For years, because there's so much we could talk about in terms of aspects of failures that happened in certain aspects, how they wasted Lamar's rookie contract by not surrounding him with what he needed. We could talk about the failures from the front office. We could talk about the failures from the coaching, and obviously we have to address the failures that Lamar Jackson himself has had in this aspect, because he does play a role. The turnovers, that they do play a role in us losing, and he does have to take the brink of that damage. I'm not watching either, bro. I'm prepared. Me too. I'm glad. Let's not watch together. Instead, we could watch the NBA next year and do other things. I set to fire Harbaugh in 2017, so I really don't care much about the team anymore. Man, Martavius, you must have been here when I was here too, because when I first started my channel, I was actively calling for Flacco and Harbaugh's job. So I've been ready for Harbaugh to be gone for well over a decade now. How the hell would an idiot know anything about Lamar? Lamar is literally private. How would he know Lamar stays up playing games? Is he saying the Ravens have someone stalking and watching him? I don't know. He's going to come up with the... Let me check this out. I know we lost this game. Oh my God, we won a basketball game? Miami actually won a game. Good for you. Congrats on beating the Hawks. You'll be playing them in the play-in tournament. Because that's all we do. That's all we do. Anyway, back to this. You remember when Steve considered firing John Harbaugh at the end of the season? Yeah, I remember. I was here for that. I think it was the 2017 season. It was 2018. But John had an excuse, but I forgot what it is. The moment you're talking about is 2018. Steve, entering the 2018 season, John Harbaugh was on the hot seat, and Steve was seriously considering moving off of John Harbaugh. The reason for this was because Baltimore had missed the playoffs 3 straight years. So they made the playoffs in 2014 and then blew it. By the way, I feel like I'm gonna see if I can do the research. I probably will have to, but I'm actually curious if they count playoff games in terms of Harbaugh's blown second half double-digit leads. I want to know if that's just regular season games or playoffs, because people don't seem to remember this because it counts as the greatness of Tom Brady. But John Harbaugh blew a second half double-digit lead against the New England Patriots in the 2014 divisional round. In fact, we had 2 14-point leads in that game, and the Harbaugh-led team blew 2 14-point leads in Foxborough in the divisional round against the Patriots. That was the same year the Patriots went on to win the Super Bowl against the Seahawks. That same year in 2014, they beat the Seahawks Super Bowl, what was it? Super Bowl 49. It was Super Bowl 49. Super Bowl 49. That year, the 2014 playoffs, legitimately divisional round against the Patriots, Baltimore had a double-digit lead. We were up 14-0, and then we were up 28-14 in the second half. And Harbaugh blew a double-digit second half lead at Foxborough in the divisional round in the playoffs. So I don't know if that counts as one of his 18 blown double-digit second half leads, but that should be mentioned. That has nothing to do with Lamar. Like I said, Harbaugh's been blowing leads far before Lamar stepped foot into the league. But everyone wants to assume it's just Lamar Jackson. That's the problem, because the outside noise loves to do that. But yeah, in terms of what you're talking about, it was the Ravens made the playoffs in 2014, and then 2015 they missed the playoffs. Everybody got hurt that year. 2016 they were healthy. They missed the playoffs because they couldn't stop Antonio Brown from extending his arm at the goal line. Even though there was like 3 guys there, even though there was 3 guys that were there to make the tackle, if they make the tackle at the 1-yard line, the Ravens win the game because Steelers had no more timeouts. They wouldn't have been set. So they couldn't stop Antonio Brown from extending his arm to the goal line to score the touchdown. We lose that game. Steelers win the division. We miss the playoffs. 2017, we were at home against the Cincinnati Bengals on New Year's Eve, and if we make a stop on 4th and 12, we win. By the way, we were down 17-0 in that game, and it looked like we were going to get blown out until Chris Moore ran the ball back and nearly took it to the house for a touchdown. And then they ran one play with like 5 seconds left. Flacco threw it to Chris Moore for the touchdown. So they fought their way back in that Cincinnati game and took a 24-21 lead. All they needed to do was make a stop on 4th and 12, and instead they gave up a touchdown to Tyler Boyd on 4th and 12. That happened against John Harbaugh in a must-win game. So after 3 seasons of missing the playoffs in 2015, 2016, and 2017, entering the 2018 season, Harbaugh was on the hot seat. Steve was seriously considering firing him, and basically this was the criteria. Make the playoffs or changes will be made. That was it. If Harbaugh did not make the playoffs in 2018, he would have been fired. There was no excuse. It didn't matter if they came close. The criteria was this: make the playoffs or lose your job. They made the playoffs in 2018. Harbaugh's job was saved. It's unfortunate because that was one of the happiest moments of my life as a Ravens fan, especially because of last year's being rough. If CJ Mosley does not pick off Baker Mayfield, Harbaugh's not even the coach of this team right now. That 2016 team should have went like 12-4, 11-5. Yeah, they blew too many games. They blew the game against the Giants. They couldn't stop Odell at all in that game. Even though early on he left and it seemed like he had a concussion, he was out, but he came back and torched him. He had like an 80-yard touchdown, and then he had like a 75-yard touchdown on 4th and 1, which I remember those plays. I went to school the very next day, and I was just like, I was absolutely cooked from that. That actually pissed me off. That actually pissed me off. And then we also lost to the Jets that year, and I declared the season over when we lost to the Jets. When we lost to the Jets in 2016, I said the season was over. So I was done after that. But yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad for the most part. So yeah, after 3 years of that, Harbaugh's job was on the line. And it was either make the playoffs or lose your job. They made the playoffs in 2018. His job was saved. So that's what happened. Raptors got whacked in the fourth quarter by the Wizards. All good. Raptors in 5. That's funny. The Super Bowl, we almost choked too. Yeah, we were up 28-6. The lights go off, and we nearly blew that game. The only reason we didn't blow that game is because Greg Roman had a masterclass. Greg Roman had a masterclass moment. Why he didn't choose to run the ball with Frank Gore at the goal line when Frank Gore went off for 34 yards to get them at the goal line, I don't know. He tried to run 4 plays with Kaepernick at the goal line against the defense. It was like, you know you got Frank Gore, right? You want to try to give him the ball? In fact, Greg Roman pulled that same rolling to the right crap it was like, what, 3rd and goal, where he rolled to the right and Kaepernick threw the Crabtree. And it was just like, that's just not going to work. I don't know. That was a Greg Roman classic at the goal line. I don't know why the hell they didn't even attempt to use Gore out the backfield. They didn't attempt to hand the ball to Frank Gore. They probably get in if they hand the ball to Frank Gore. Hell, if Kaepernick just runs a quarterback draw, he probably takes it in. He scored a touchdown on a scramble. He took the snap, he rolled to the right because the pocket collapsed, and he took off for like 15 yards for a touchdown. Why they didn't choose to run a quarterback? Greg Roman didn't use a single quarterback draw with Kaepernick at the goal line with a Super Bowl title on the line. Why is beyond me. He didn't use Frank Gore. He didn't use a quarterback draw with Kaepernick at the goal line, when both of those things were the primary reason why they got back in the game. Because our defense could not stop Frank Gore when the run game was going. That's why Frank Gore scored a touchdown. And Kaepernick started utilizing his legs. He started to kill our defense. We were getting tired. We had a lot of old guys. This was the end of the era here. They could not keep up with Kaepernick. Why Greg Roman chooses not to use Frank Gore at the goal line or run a quarterback draw with Kaepernick, I'll never understand. But I'm glad he didn't, because I got to see my team win the Super Bowl. So, like, I'm glad Greg Roman decided, I got Colin Kaepernick. We beat the Packers by utilizing his legs. His dude's fast. Nobody can keep up with him. These DBs are not going to catch him. And we're in the Super Bowl against this old Ravens defense. And he literally thrashed them for like a 15-yard rushing touchdown earlier in the fourth quarter. What? It's not my problem to worry about what Greg Roman chose to do 13 years ago. Why he didn't use why he didn't use Kaepernick on a quarterback draw, I don't know. Why he didn't really use Frank Gore at the goal line, I don't know. That's not my prerogative. Okay, I'm not responsible for Greg Roman's coaching decisions or play calling decisions at the goal line with the Super Bowl title on the line when you're going up against an old defense where nobody was going to catch Kaepernick. Why not run a quarterback draw with Kaepernick? Especially on the edge. You don't have to run up the middle. Stay away from Ray Lewis. Off the edge? Oh my goodness, bro. I don't know. It's not my problem. It's not my problem. At the end of the day, it's not my problem. It's not my problem. It is not my problem. Greg Roman chose to do what he did, and the Ravens lucked out. But yeah, they nearly blew a 28-6 lead. It would have been the largest comeback in the Super Bowl at that point, because the 28-3 didn't happen at that point. We actually would have been 28-3 before 28-3. Let's see. I honestly think they should have fired Harbaugh after the 2017 season. Many people believe they should have done that. I might be biased because I was at the game, but when Tyler Boyd caught the touchdown, it eliminated us. Yeah, we all knew the season was over when they caught the touchdown. Well, when Tyler Boyd caught that, we knew the season was over. Everybody knew the season was over. We all knew we were done. So nobody was surprised. Nobody showed up for that 2017 Bengals game. Also, I remember people were selling their tickets instead of going. Yeah, like I said, if there's no incentive to come to Baltimore and watch these games, why would people show up to the games? If they move off of Lamar Jackson, those seats are going to be empty. No one's watching the games. You don't have a appeal. There's no reason for people to go to those games if there's nothing to draw their attention. So move off of Lamar Jackson and watch your sales tank. John Harbaugh is the most overrated active coach in the NFL today, and every time critical look in his anytime someone looks in his direction, hit piece. Hold on, bro. And every time a critical eye looks in his direction, hit pieces blaming someone else come out. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. What's going on, Closer? What's good, my guy? Happy holidays to you and your family. Big fan, and I'm a Steelers fan. Love your channel. I appreciate it, my guy. Do us a favor and beat the Steelers. You know, go talk to Tomlin and say, hey, you guys haven't won against Cleveland since in Cleveland, because this is gonna be at Cleveland. You haven't won a game in Cleveland since 2021. Let's go make sure we erase that. So do us a favor, please go and beat the Browns to end the Ravens season. We want real change in Baltimore. So please end the Ravens season. Thank you very much. We need Harbaugh out as quickly as possible. We need real change in Baltimore. We need real change in Baltimore. Yeah. All right. Is there a coach / coordinator out there that's on your wish list for the Ravens head coach position? I've been very transparent with this. I've sat back and said that I will take any young up and coming offense coordinator or defensive coordinator. I'm fine with that. Give me one of these young coordinators, and I'm good. I threw out the name of, I said Kubiak from Seattle, because he's currently the coordinator over there for the Seahawks. I said Kubiak out of Seattle. I'm fine with any one of these coordinators that are up right now that could potentially be a hot head coach this offseason. Go and get one of these young guys. We saw what Ben Johnson did for the Bears, We saw what Ben Johnson did for the Bears. We saw what Mike McDonald, which again, we had him in our house and we let him walk. We see what McDonald's is doing for the Seahawks. We see what Ben Johnson is doing for the Bears. Go get one of these young defensive coordinators or offensive coordinators. Give me one of those guys. If you cannot find a way to get one of those guys, or they choose to go somewhere else, which I don't think they would want to do that, then you would probably want to go chase after a Brian Flores or something like that. Even though I don't see that happening, but you would want to go get one. See, I can't see Biscotti getting Flores. Me either. But if the opportunity is there and you can take a shot, take a shot. But I would go after one of these young coordinators that, you know, are more adjusted to this era of football. Because the way football is played today is different from how football is played in the 2000s and beyond. This is a new era of football. We need coordinators that have been effective in this league that actually know how to coach this game and understand this current era of football. So, yeah. Let me go get one of these young coordinators. Liam Cohen with the Jags, that could be another person. Just one of these young coordinators. I don't have all the names of the coordinators. Any one of these young and up-and-coming coordinators that's going to be available for a potential head coaching spot this offseason, go and get one of those guys. Start new, a brand new era in Baltimore with a new head coach, and I feel like you'll be in a better position and you'll actually be better prepared. Somebody that could come in and bring some level of discipline, because we're watching these head coaches go to new spots and we're seeing the results right now. Baltimore needs a change. They need a change in coaching philosophy. They need a change in culture. They need that change. And if they don't make the change and they stick with Harbaugh, they're going to be cooked next year and nothing's going to change. But it's up to them. Make the choice of stick with Harbaugh or make an actual change to be better off moving forward. It's up to them. Anyway, now it's time to shift gears because we have focused in on John Harbaugh. We have focused in on the Ravens-Packers game. We focused in on the Steelers-Browns game. Now it's time to actually talk about the main focus here. So while I get my headphones on, because I'm going to get back to gaming here, it's now time to talk about the man of the hour, talk about... Oh, hold on. I got to put my phone on my charger. I had to take it off my charger to read these comments. I'll be back to do that a little bit later. But yeah, now that we've done that, it's time to lock in and focus on the man of the hour, the talk of the town, the one person that the media loves to discuss no matter what. One, Lamar Jackson. So, let me see here. There we go. All right. So, now it's time to talk about Lamar Jackson. I'm not going to lie to you. I do not have a full indication of everything that's been going on with this Lamar Jackson situation. I have done my very best to stay off of social media, specifically because I know how things are going to go, and I'm not interested in hearing the media run their mouth about Lamar Jackson like they always do. I've told you guys a million times, I don't really care too much about what the media has to say about Lamar, because I know how things go. So, yeah, I know it's going to be a whole thing. But apparently, things have gone beyond anybody's expectations. Apparently, Mike Preston has decided to step up and run his mouth, and it has led to a whole bunch of hit pieces coming out about Lamar Jackson. So, earlier this week, Mike Preston put out a report. No, he didn't put up a report. What's going on, Chaos? He put up a article that was essentially a hit piece on Lamar Jackson. Now, the thing about it is, if you understand how Mike Preston works, and you've been a long-time Baltimore Ravens fan, you understand that nobody actually buys into anything Mike Preston says, and Mike Preston always comes out here with negative articles. He had a negative article. First of all, Mike Preston, when they drafted Ed Reed, he bashed the Ravens for doing that. He did not like the Ed Reed draft pick. He later on wrote another article about Ed Reed, basically calling him a whiny player. Ed Reed took offense to that, and there is an article, or at least there's a article or a press conference or something. There's something out there where Ed Reed did address that aspect, and he basically showed how he just does not care about anything Mike Preston says, because all the dude knows how to do is be negative. I don't think Mike Preston actually likes the Ravens, because all he does is bash the stars and is negative about everybody. He called Ed Reed whiny. He said Ray Lewis was selfish. Yes, he wrote an article about Ray Lewis and essentially called him selfish. He's been negative towards a lot of the star players that were here. So honestly, nobody in Baltimore actually cares about what this guy has to say, because he has consistently been negative towards every single one of our main star players here. He probably has an article out there about Terrell Suggs too. People have been checking. So nobody actually cares about anything Mike Preston says, and nobody takes him seriously, because we all know how he operates. He'll bash all the star players in Baltimore. So it's exactly what we expect to see. Nobody's surprised about that. So when this Lamar Jackson article came out, it was only a matter of time. By the way, he also wrote another article about Lamar in 2022, and essentially was pushing for the Ravens to move off of him. And we saw what Lamar has done these last few years. So, I mean, am I surprised that Mike Preston put this article out? No, I'm not. I think it was going to come out anyway, because Mike Preston has been salivating at the mouth to bash another one of the Ravens star players. It's only a matter of time before he comes after Kyle Hamilton too. Trust me, he comes after all the star players. He doesn't actually like this team. He's probably, again, at the end of the day, some guys got to find a way to pay the bills. Guys got to find a way to support their family. I don't think he actually likes this team. I don't think he actually cares about this team. He's not an actual Ravens fan, but he's been here for a long time covering the Ravens because it pays the bills. It pays the bills and it helps him support his family. You don't have to like the team, and he clearly shows he don't care for the players. He's just here to get a paycheck. So nobody actually cares about what he's saying. Nobody cares about what he's saying. Nobody takes him seriously.
Oswald Cobblepot.
So legitimately, nobody takes him seriously. So when this article came out, and I'm seeing people on Twitter going off about this, because I didn't know what was happening. I heard it was like, oh, it started with a Mike Preston article bashing Lamar. And I'm like, okay, is there anything else? Is there anything specific, anything new? And it's like, no, it started with that and everybody went with it. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, people are just gullible enough to buy into that because they just wanted to get a piece to push their agendas. Nobody takes Mike Preston seriously. This is what he's always been doing. He's been doing this as long as he's in Baltimore. He bashed Ray Lewis. He bashed Ed Reed. He's been bashing a lot of our star players. He doesn't actually like his team, and nobody in Baltimore takes him seriously. But unfortunately, we're talking about Lamar Jackson. So now everybody's going to take this word as gospel because it's Lamar Jackson. So once this article came out, which basically entailed some things saying Lamar was sleeping during meetings, and apparently he was playing video games at 2 in the morning, which I find hilarious. Because oh god, I gotta lock in. Oh no! Oh god, I gotta lock in. Hold on for a second. I gotta lock in. Oh, that didn't work. Oh god, that did not work. Oh boy. Oh god. Oh God, I have got to aim this right. I gotta aim it. Come on. Oh, I thought I had to aim that. Oh God. 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 Where is he? 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 Where is he?
Alfred, track down Selena Kyle.
I'll find her right away.
Is he gone? No, there's no way he's gone. Oh, thank God he's gone. Woo! Okay. All right, we can lock back into this. So yeah, nobody actually takes Mike Preston seriously, but because it's Lamar Jackson, the media is gonna roll with this. So Mike Preston was saying all this type of things, saying Lamar Jackson was sleeping in meetings. Lamar Jackson was playing video games till 2 in the morning. Basically, just accusing the guy of being immature and stuff like that, and saying the Ravens are kind of getting tired of his antics and may want to look to move off of him. So, or at least they want Lamar to grow up. Maybe they don't want to move off of him, but they want him to grow up. Basically doing that and saying Lamar is immature, playing video games at 2 in the morning, not taking anything seriously, and sleeping in meetings. Which I find interesting, because how do you know he was playing video games until 2 in the morning? Were you at his house when he was playing video games at 2 in the morning? Was he on Twitch live streaming these games till 2 in the morning, and you just happen to be on his live stream? Like, how do you know that? Whether it's true or not, I don't know. I'm not, again, he's putting these pieces out. I have serious doubts about this. There would have been reports from other reporters if Lamar Jackson was sleeping in these meetings. There's other reporters that are close to the Ravens. Mike Preston isn't the only person that's close to the Ravens. There are other insiders that are closer to the Ravens. If Lamar Jackson was sleeping in meetings, I think that would have been brought up years ago by other people. But again, I hadn't seen the articles, and it hadn't been a public thing for years now. If he was sleeping in meetings, they would have said that. Whether it's true or not, I'm not here to debate whether or not it's true or not. I just have serious doubts about everything that's in that article, knowing the fact that it's coming from Mike Preston, the same guy that said Ray Lewis was selfish and Ed Reed was a whiner.
You know Selena Kyle? There are men after her.
Uh-huh. When aren't there?
Well, these ones are trying to kill her.
So, yeah, I didn't take it seriously. But again, I understand how the media is going to work. And when it comes to Lamar Jackson, they know they're going to get clicks. So what do you do when you have Mike Preston give them free information to use to absolutely free information they can use to absolutely bash Lamar? Well, everything goes haywire.
Jesus, man.
You know, dude, chaos. You're absolutely right. If it was Jeff or Jonas that had put out an article like that, I would actually listen to it. Jeff is one of the most reliable inside reporters for the Ravens. If Jeff puts out an article that says this is true, I'll buy into it. But Mike Preston? No. But again, people don't know how things operate with the Ravens. Outsiders just want to have a reason to bash Lamar, so they'll take Mike Preston's take as gospel, even though most people will know you don't trust anything about it.
Well, I've met a couple of his goons myself. Your client isn't one for subtlety.
Hold on, I gotta lock in. This is about Selena. I gotta lock in. Let me see if I can.
Never heard of him.
Let me see how I'm gonna work this with Selena. I gotta lock in.
Penguin? Shit. Ugh, you've got to be kidding me.
I gotta lock in. This is about Selena, so I gotta lock in.
You should have just killed me on that rooftop.
I'm not doing that.
I'm dead anyway. When you screw someone over, you really screw them.
Nah, hold on. I can fix this. We'll fight this together.
I can't take on both of us, and I'm not going anywhere. Clearly, you know something about him.
I only know him by reputation. I'm surprised you never heard of him. He's a big deal across the pond.
Okay.
He's more dangerous than you think.
I can take him.
I can take him.
I appreciate confidence in a man, but not stupidity.
This is Batman. Let's be real.
The question is,
He could take him.
why Gotham? Why now? It's not like he's hurting for crime syndicates abroad. Why leave that?
He stole mind-altering chemicals from Falcone.
Drugs aren't really Penguin's MO.
Well, maybe he's branching out.
Well, I'm not sticking around here to find out.
Oswald, Penguin is about to unleash God knows what on the city. You can't just leave.
A good reason not to be here when he does.
Selena, please don't
You
leave.
want to stay? That's your choice.
I need your
I
help.
you, Selena.
Please.
Is that right?
If Penguin is as deadly as you say, I need all the help I can get.
Bruce, sweetie, the gallant knight thing, it really is adorable. But what would Harvey think? The two of us,
Working together.
This ain't about Harvey. It don't matter. It don't matter what he thinks.
Work and no play.
It-
girl.
Then we can play.
Harvey knows that.
Then we can play. He don't need to know.
Harvey.
He don't need to know.
knows the safe.
We can play.
I'm sure his safety is your
We can play. Listen, all work and no play makes Bruce a very, very dull man. We can play. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. I know we about to fight these dudes. Selena, please. Trust me, we can make this work. I'm not losing this, man. I'll be a douche to everybody in this game. I'll be mean to everybody, but I'm not losing Selena. Nah. Okay. We're gonna have to fight these dudes. I know for sure.
Beat it. We're here for her.
You're for who? Oh, nah. Okay, let's do this.
If you care about
Nah, let's do this right now. I'm gonna punch him. Let's do this right now. Take this right hook. There you go. There you go. Gut punch. Gut punch. Oh, nah, bro. Put that bottle down. You ain't doing nothing. Put that bottle down. You don't know who you messing with. You don't know who you messing with, man. You don't know who you messing with. Take this bottle real quick. There you go. Oh, not this man with the beard. Choke him, choke him, choke him. Oh, that was beautiful. Look at the teamwork here. This is some fantastic chemistry. We work great together. Beautiful chemistry right there. Oh, he got a knife. He got a knife. Oh, nah. Look at that suplex right there. Oh, nah. I can block that. You ain't doing nothing. Oh, whoa. Let me get him right here. There you go. Good night, buddy. That was easy.
Not done yet.
What, we still got more? Bro, these guys are still up? Bro, why does everybody got a knife? Why does everybody got a knife? Bro, go to sleep, dog. This is ridiculous. Everybody got a knife. Nah, bro, you playing too much. Leg sweep, easy money.
I think they want more.
Oh my
Let's
God,
give it
bro.
to
Why are they still conscious, man? This is ridiculous. They still conscious. Give me that real quick. Oh, that's clean. That's clean. Look at this teamwork, the chemistry there, man. Put that chair down. Oh, that's one. That's two. That's three. Put that bottle down. That's four. Put the stool down. Go to sleep. That was beautiful. Oh, nah, he's still up. Oh, wait. Look at the combo. Look at the combo. That was beautiful. Look at the teamwork. This is elite teamwork. Selena, you got to see the chemistry between us. We got this.
For such a pretty boy.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. I love the vibes right now. I love the vibe. Now we got to get the hell out of here because cops are here. But, like, I love the vibes right now. I love the vibes. I'm going to check his pockets real quick. I don't know what he got there. I'm going to steal that. Oh, his phone? That's mine now.
Come on, this way.
I know he got phone numbers in there that I got to analyze. I'll do that at the back cave. All right, we should be good. Back to the Ravens talk for a quick... Wait.
Check the alleyway.
Oh, I thought we were about to do it right here. I didn't know what was going on. I thought we were about to get it on right here, but the cops are right here. I'm going to chill out for a second. All right, I think we should be good.
Are we alone?
For now.
We're alone.
Nah, bro, I've been working too hard in this game. We got to make this work. Oh, I'm not backing away. We got to make this work. No. No. No.
I'll take the rooftop.
Wait.
No. Are we in this
Yes or
together?
no? Will you help me stop Penguin?
I'm gonna say maybe, but only because he's trying to kill me.
You know what? I'll take
Pretty
that.
good reason to say yes.
No, that's a stumble. I didn't fumble the bag, but that's a stumble.
Trust me, you know.
Nah, bro. That's not a fumble. That's a stumble. Oh, nah. Bruce went full in with the shot, bro. She just blocked me.
Uploading the contents of a smartphone
Ain't no way she just blocked me like that.
On the phone we can use.
Nah, I just got blocked. Nah, bro, I just got blocked. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. I work way too hard for this, bro. Nah. You know, we still got work to do. Okay, Selena.
Fine, is the back computer found in
It ain't gonna be easy to get Selena, but we gonna make this work. We gonna make this work. But damn, I ain't gonna lie.
Mayor Hill?
She heavily curved me right there. Oh my god, I took a mean shot and got blocked there. Oh my goodness, bro. I'm down 3-1. I can make this comeback though. I can make this comeback.
Whatever they're talking about.
All right, let's get back to talking about the Ravens and Lamar. So, yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, Mike Preston putting out that hit piece. He's done this for multiple players. He's done this for Ray Lewis, Ed Reed. He's done this before. So when he did this for Lamar, I was not surprised that he did this for Lamar. It was to be expected. But then the media, of course, because the media loves talk about Lamar Jackson. He's one of the most controversial players, not in a bad way in terms of him being terrible, but because he's such a polarizing player on the field. He's so electrifying. We've never seen anything like Lamar Jackson. That's what makes people want to talk about him. No, I'm going as Batman. I'm going as Batman. Why the hell would I want to go as Bruce Wayne? I'm going as Batman. Piss off. So yeah, I'm going as Batman.
Batman is the sure bet.
So yeah, legitimately, the media, I knew they were going to take this a step beyond. And guess who was the first person to take it to that next step? Oh, I mean, the number 1 hater right now, the Skip Bayless, Lamar Jackson's personal Skip Bayless, in Nick Wright. I mean, he used that Mike Preston article like it was his Bible. He used that like it was his scriptures. He was waiting for that, man. He saw that and just went to town. Because, I mean, this guy has a personal agenda against Lamar Jackson. He can pretend he doesn't, just like Skip Bayless pretends he doesn't have a personal agenda against LeBron. But Nick Wright has a personal agenda against Lamar Jackson. We know. He has a personal agenda against Lamar. The way he talks about him is clear. The man talked about Lamar Jackson being immature because of him, him being sick. That's somehow him being immature and him being problematic and having to, you know what, it is what it is. It is what it is, right? I don't need to hear this right now. Don't lecture me. So yeah, him somehow twisting Lamar Jackson getting sick and having that be a negative shot against him and saying he's immature and needs to grow up. Nick Wright has a very, very, very clear agenda against Lamar Jackson. He can pretend he's objective. He's not. He's one of the most biased people on television talking about Lamar. He's not objective in the slightest when it comes to Lamar. He's incredibly biased. Just like Skip Bayless, Nick Wright clearly understands Lamar's talent and accepts it. He does. Skip Bayless has never sat back and acted like LeBron James was terrible. He never sat back and acted like LeBron James was trash. He recognized his skills and capability, just like Nick Wright. However, when it comes to his personal agenda of pushing it, whether he's talking about his skill sets as a quarterback, his leadership, whatever it is, the same way Skip was questioning the man's skill set and his leadership and his mental strength, because Skip Bayless actively called out the mental strength of LeBron. The whole chosen one became the frozen one. Nick Wright is doing the same thing here with Lamar. So Nick Wright has a clear agenda against Lamar Jackson. It's clear as day.
Every fiber of his being built on lies, his status, his fortune. He should be held accountable.
You really believe that?
He legitimately has an agenda against Lamar. So when Mike Preston gave him this, he knew he had to go to town with this. And he further continued to push his agendas. Because that's what Nick Wright does. So now, because of that Mike Preston article, media outlets from all around the world and all these television shows have now switched up. Whether you had one case, like if you're calling Cowherd, constant switch up. 1 minute he's praising Lamar and he's on his side and talking about how I was the one to accept the greatness of Lamar. I was wrong about it, but I accepted. 1 minute he's over here praising Lamar, the next minute he's switching up. 1 minute he's like, Lamar is one of those untouchable guys that's just, he's an all-time great. He's this, and that. You can't trade him. He's untouchable. And the next minute, he's making an article right here. Next minute, not making an article. Next minute, he's having a segment on television saying Lamar is now in that tier 2 where I got to look to trade him. If I can get 2 or 3 first-round picks, I got to look to do it. The Jets may want to pursue Lamar. So Lamar goes from untradeable last year to now tradable this year. even though he's been injured for a majority of the season. These media outlets do whatever they can to push their agenda against Lamar Jackson because it gets clicks. It gets clicks. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Not to mention, this whole conversation surrounding Lamar Jackson, it's been such a polarizing thing when it comes to Lamar. It's so tiring. As a person that's watched this happen since he's been drafted, it's been so annoying watching how this whole situation goes down. Because it's been a whole thing where the discourse surrounding Lamar Jackson is so terrible because no matter what, people are always going to have a different opinion of Lamar Jackson compared to how they're going to have a different opinion and a different take for Lamar compared to their takes and opinions about other quarterbacks or other players in the league. Let me put this out here right now, which is very interesting. Lamar Jackson, this year, he suffered a hamstring injury. He suffered a knee injury. He suffered an ankle injury. He suffered a foot injury. He suffered a toe injury. And now he suffered a back injury. Take off Lamar Jackson's name. If I was to tell you a quarterback has suffered 6 injuries, from the hamstring, the knee, the ankle, the foot, the toe, and the back. If I was to tell you an NFL quarterback has suffered 6 injuries throughout the season, 6 injuries throughout the season, he's been playing injured all year. And now in a do-or-die game, he might not be good to go. If I was to tell you a guy is battling through all these injuries and playing through all these injuries, a lot of people will say that's a mentally tough person. That's a tough player that's playing through all these injuries. Got to give him credit for doing that. They'll also say, is this guy the franchise quarterback? And if he is, you might want to consider sitting him out. There's no point in putting him out there at risk if this could affect him long term. You're telling me this quarterback's got 6 injuries throughout the entire season that he's been battling through? Maybe the franchise has to step up and actually protect their quarterback and not have him go out there and put himself at risk. If it's any other quarterback in the league, we would be saying things like that. But because it's Lamar Jackson, he's getting criticized and bashed for not playing or not practicing while dealing with these injuries.
It must have been quite upsetting.
Every week, there's a new injury report for Lamar. Every week.
To learn so much in so
Every
little
week.
time.
Once he came back from the hamstring, damn near every week is something new. 1 week it's the knee, then it's the foot, then it's the ankle, then it's the toe. Now he's dealing with the back injury. A guy's playing through several injuries, trying to help his team get to the playoffs. And instead of just sitting back and people be like, maybe they should shut him down if he's just not good enough to play, or praising the guy for showcasing his mental toughness, instead of doing that, Lamar's getting criticized. He's not a good leader. He's not tough. He's so soft. He's not practicing. If the season's on the line, he should be practicing. Even though he was playing in the games, he wasn't practicing for one day. He was still playing in the games. Lamar is getting criticized for getting injured. Lamar is getting criticized for being sick. Lamar is getting criticized for doing anything. Any other quarterback in the league, we're not talking like this. Matter of fact, somebody also had this tweet out because I think it was Will Combe that had 2 different opinions about 2 different situations. Somebody tweeted this out too, or at least they had that here. I think I have it somewhere. Let's see if I liked it or something.
Police are seeking an unidentified man and woman who were seen in conversation with the assailants shortly before the fight.
Gotham District Attorney Harvey Dent appears to be hitting some potholes on his path to
Let
the
me
mayor's
see
office.
something here.
Despite the backing of billionaire Bruce Wayne,
That's not
persists
it.
that the
Hold on.
candidate is having trouble paying his campaign staff and making ad buys. A Dent spokesperson said these rumors are nothing more than a smear tactic perpetuated by the incumbent Mayor Hill's campaign.
Yeah, Will Colin sat back on First Things First and said Lamar Jackson owes it to his teammates to suit up Saturday night, especially when you look across and see Justin Herbert basically peeled himself off the surgery table to play Monday night against the Eagles and win. I love how he said that, but when it came to Joe Burrow, he talked about how the Bengals, literally on whatever other crap show he was on, when it came to Joe Burrow playing against the Ravens, he said, if you care about the state of the Cincinnati Bengals, you have to pull Joe Burrow. So when it comes to Joe Burrow, pull him out. When it comes to Joe Burrow, pull him out. This was in September. I think this was last year. Let me look at the dates. No, this was actually 2023. So this was early on. This was early on in 2023, where early on in the season, Joe Burrow was dealing with injuries. He fought through the injuries. He was fine. It was when he suffered an injury in week 2. You remember the 2023 season in week 2? At the end of the game, Joe Burrow suffered an injury. And then they were all like, Joe Burrow might have to sit out and rest himself and get this injury fixed. And everyone was sitting back and saying, you got to protect Joe Burrow. He played through the injury and then suffered a season-ending hand injury. It was a wrist injury that he suffered against the Ravens on primetime on Thursday Night Football that ended the season. Will Colin, after that Week 2 game, actually, I think it was the Week 1 game. It was before the Ravens game, actually. Because he came into the season in 2023 injured. He was dealing with a calf injury. After that Week 2 game against the Ravens, that's when he aggravated his calf injury at the end of the game. It was on the touchdown to T. Higgins. So before that game, after the Week 1 game, they lost the Patriots that game, and they lost that Week 1 game. Burrow was compromised with a calf injury, and Will Colin went on whatever crap show this was and said if the Cincinnati Bengals, if you care about the state of the Cincinnati Bengals, you have to pull Joe Burrow. This was in September of 2023. So this was after the Week 1 matchup where they lost that Week 1 game and he was compromised. He was saying they need to take him out. If you care about the Bengals, sit him down and let him get healthy. But with Lamar Jackson, Lamar owes his team to play on Saturday night, despite the fact that he dealt with a hamstring, a knee, an ankle, a foot, a toe, and now a back. 6 injuries that he's dealt with throughout the season, that he's been fighting through. He owes his team to play Saturday night. But Joe Burrow, who was dealing with a calf injury in Week 1, the Bengals should sit him out. The hypocrisy of this guy. This is absolutely disgusting.
Persist that the candidate is having trouble paying his campaign staff and making ad buys. A Dent spokesperson said these rumors are nothing more than a smear tactic perpetuated by the incumbent Mayor Hill's campaign.
Like, legitimately, this is what the media does. I've said this for a long time. The media has always been different. They've always been indifferent, and they've always spoke about Lamar Jackson differently from every other player in the league. If somebody else is in the exact same situation Lamar Jackson's in, dealing with the exact same injuries, we would be talking about how tough he is to play through the injuries and how the team has to consider sitting him out because you don't want him to suffer a season-ending injury that could cost his future. Lamar has dealt with 6 injuries this year. He's fighting through ankle injuries. He's dealt with the knee. He's dealt with the toe. He's dealt with the foot. Now he's dealing with a back injury. Instead of sitting back and saying, you know what, Lamar Jackson's future is more important. If they can't win without him, so be it. But maybe we should not risk Lamar Jackson's future on this game. Instead of saying that, which you'll say for other quarterbacks, it's he owes his team to play. Really, he owes his team to play. He's at fault for everything. This is why I can never get with the media. The way they talk about Lamar Jackson is vastly different from how they talk about any other player in the league. And the biggest reason for that is because Lamar was not expected to be successful. Lamar was supposed to be Terrell Pryor. He was supposed to be another one of those guys that they sat back and said, oh, he'd be the next Michael Vick, but better. He was supposed to come into the league and fail. He didn't do that. The media had already written him off as a guy that was going to fail. When you have one of their main experts calling Lamar a running back or a wide receiver, and a guy that can't throw, he's a run-first quarterback, when all those things get placed on you, you're expected to fail. The guy didn't fail. He thrived and succeeded. Now that he's at a place where he is going to be a Hall of Famer, all they can do is find a way to bash him beyond anywhere else. And I told you guys this would happen. They speak about Lamar differently from every other quarterback in the league. They treat Lamar differently from every other quarterback in the league. He wasn't expected to be successful, but he found a way to become a Hall of Fame player. a 2-time MVP, 3-time first-team All-Pro quarterback. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. He wasn't expected to succeed, but he found success in this league, and he's one of the best players in the game. The league didn't expect that from somebody like him. So now, because of that, the way they have to talk about him is differently. And that's the first aspect. The second aspect has to deal with the MVPs. If we're really being honest here, it's more about the MVPs than him being successful. This guy won multiple MVPs. He is the only quarterback in NFL history to win multiple MVPs and not have a championship. They're dangling that over his head. Not to mention, the fact that he won MVP has already put him in a different conversation. I told you guys this. I told you guys this back in 2020. When Lamar, January of 2020, when Lamar won his first MVP, I told you everything was going to change for him. Now he's an MVP. The expectations are different, and the way they're going to judge him is going to be different. Now, when it comes to the Ravens, if they win, it's because of him. If they lose, it's because of him. The criticism becomes more harsher. The talks about him become more harsher, and this is already somebody they expected to fail. Never forget this. Lamar Jackson won MVP and led the league in touchdown pass in 2019, and 5 months later, ESPN had a segment about who would you rather have as your quarterback moving forward. Lamar Jackson coming off of a unanimous MVP season, or Tua, who hadn't even played a single snap in the league. That's how they talked about this guy. Never forget. Never forget. The second they had an opportunity to try to move off of him from another quarterback, they did. In 2021, when Kyler was having his great season, all of a sudden, Kyler's a much better player than Lamar. He's a better passer. He's better everything. Kyler's much better. You don't hear those talks anymore. In 2022, after the injuries of this contract situation coming up, maybe they should consider Nick Wright on the herd. I think they should look to trade for Justin Fields. Let's move off of him. Tyler Huntley's a better quarterback at this point. He's a better thrower of the football. They should have Tyler Huntley be the starting quarterback. These are all the things they said about Lamar. Then he gets the contract, even though people said it's not going to pay off or he's not going to do anything. What happens? He gets that contract, he wins MVP, and he takes the team to the AFC Championship game. First year on the contract extension. Second year on the contract extension, he puts up the best season of his career, puts up career numbers, puts up a season that we've never seen, the first quarterback in NFL history to have 40-plus touchdowns and fewer than 5 interceptions. First quarterback to throw for over 4,000 yards and rush for over 900. He had a historical season. He had one of the top 5 passer rating seasons of all time. He put up historical numbers last year. And was in the MVP conversation, got first-team All-Pro, and probably should have won an MVP. So he probably should have won back-to-back MVPs 2 years off of his contract. We're in year 3 of the extension, and he's been dealing with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 injuries. And now, after battling through these injuries, fresh off of the 2 years where he was arguably the best quarterback in football, took the team to the AFC title game, put up his best numbers of his career, took them to the playoffs again. Now we're in this year 3 where he's suffering 6 injuries, and now it's time to move off of Lamar Jackson again. Now he's selfish. Now he's lazy. Now he's not a leader. Now he's problematic. Now he's soft and can't stay on the field. I find it so hilarious how things change up with Lamar as soon as things don't go the way for the Ravens. Y'all talk about trade Lamar Jackson. You said that 3 years ago before the contract, and we saw how he balled out the last 2 years. And trust me, the comments have already been saying it. Lamar is out of his prime now. We don't know if Lamar is going to be good moving forward. This might be the end of Lamar. You said that in 2022, and we saw what happened. So what's going to happen next year when Lamar is fully healthy and he's still playing as one of the best quarterbacks in the league? You're going to pretend you didn't say that? We already know what these people talk about. Lamar is such a polarizing player to talk about, and he's never, ever judged in the same category as everybody else. They'll always be willing to put a quarterback above him, but they'll never criticize that quarterback as much as they criticize Lamar. They'll be quick to put Justin Herbert above him, but the criticism for Justin Herbert would never be close to the level of criticism they'll give to Lamar Jackson. So how can you rank Justin Herbert above Lamar Jackson, but criticize Lamar Jackson more than you would criticize Justin Herbert? Wouldn't you the better quarterback should be held more accountable for the team not getting the job done? But we don't do that with Lamar. We'll say all these quarterbacks are better than him, but when the team fails, we'll criticize him more than we criticize the quarterbacks that are supposedly better than him. How does that work? How does that work? How does that work? I just find it hilarious how this whole conversation goes. I'm watching it. I'm watching it. First things first, can't stop talking about Lamar. Can't stop talking about Lamar. All of a sudden, all these articles coming out, the Ravens should probably consider trading him. The Ravens may be looking to trade him. They may be looking to move off of him. Maybe he goes to Miami. Maybe he goes to the Jets, or these guys got to call him. They're questioning his leadership. They're essentially questioning his dedication to the game, calling him immature. They're questioning his toughness, despite the fact that he's playing through multiple injuries. He misses a practice every single week while actively dealing with these injuries. And they have consistently said when he's missed those practices, he's getting treatment. They've been on record saying the times he's missing those practices on Wednesday, he's getting treatment. He's not out of the facility at home playing video games. He's getting treatment. The only time he wasn't in the facility was when he was sick. But when he's been out missing practices due to injury, it's because he's getting treatment. The guy has dealt with 6 injuries this year. 6 injuries. But all of a sudden, he's the problem. All of a sudden, he's not tough enough to help this team. All of a sudden, he's immature. He's not fully invested. Even though he's putting his body on the line every single week behind a terrible offensive line and getting smoked every week while still dealing with these injuries. But he's the problem. I just find it so interesting. I find it so interesting. I find it laughable how he's the problem with everything. He's so soft. Despite the fact there's multiple quarterbacks that have missed more time and have severe injuries with him. Again, I will put this out here. All these people that continue to say Lamar's out of his prime and injury prone, I want to continue to put this out here. Lamar has not suffered a single major injury in his career. He has not suffered a single major injury. He's missed significant time due to injury, but Lamar Jackson has not suffered a single significant injury. What do I mean by significant injuries? I mean surgery-related injuries. Lamar has not suffered a single injury that has resulted in him getting surgery. Justin Herbert just got surgery on his hand. Joe Burrow has suffered 3 season-ending injuries or season-altering injuries. He had to get surgery this year for the injury for his turf toe.
Something that's, well, it's not exactly pleasant.
So Joe Burrow, which they never talk about like this, Joe Burrow had to get surgery this year due to his turf toe. Joe Burrow had to get surgery on his wrist in 2023. Joe Burrow suffered a torn ACL in his first season. Joe has had 3 major surgeries in his career. They never talk about his longevity, even though for half of his career, he's been injured. He's missed more games than Lamar. He has suffered more significant injuries than Lamar has. Lamar has missed time, but all of his injuries have just required time to heal. Time to heal and basic recovery.
Don't care, Harvey. You need to get out.
Lamar has not suffered a single injury that requires him to have surgery. Not a single injury that requires him to have surgery. So this idea that Lamar is just going to fall off and he's out of his prime and he's going to be injury prone, because they want to keep trying to make that RG3 comparison, even though RG3 suffered a torn ACL at Baylor and then suffered a torn ACL in his rookie year. They want to try to make those comparisons. Lamar's injuries, not a single one of his injuries have required surgery. So all of a sudden he's going to fall off.
This is a delicate topic, but I need you to keep.
I can't wait to see how that's going to work out for you. Because you told me in 2022 he was going to fall off. We had seen the best of Lamar.
You've got some nerve, Harvey. Either we're a team or we're not.
Of course we're a team, Bruce. Of course.
So I'm just saying, like, y'all told me in 2022 he was going to fall off, and he put up the 2 best seasons of his career. So what's going to happen when he's healthy next year and he's balling out? Are we going to pretend that these conversations that we're having now didn't happen? Because I remember when you guys, I remember when people were actively saying Tyler Huntley would be a better option for this team to win moving forward. Really? I'm just saying. I was told Tyler Huntley they should move off of Lamar, and Tyler Huntley should be the quarterback moving forward. When he played that Packers game, he's better than Lamar. He's a better thrower, better decision maker. You should have Tyler Huntley being your starting quarterback. That's what I was told after after 2021. That's what y'all was saying. Move off of Lamar, have Huntley be the quarterback. And then you guys took those takes back and pretended nobody said that when he was doing what he was doing in 2023 and 2024. That's what you guys did. Now we're in the same situation. Everybody's doing the same thing they did in 2021 and 2022, and they're going to pretend they didn't do this when he's balling out next year.
Feeling that's about to change.
You guys constantly sit back. The media and all these outside fans that got their agendas against Lamar, you constantly sit back and you wait. You wait for the moments where he's compromised. You wait for the moments where the team's not doing well. You wait for the moments where he may be struggling with his play. You wait for those moments and you pounce like animals.
Fine by me.
You wait for those moments. But then when Lamar is balling out and doing what he's doing, all of a sudden, you're as quiet as a mouse. You don't say nothing. I find it interesting how that works out. I find it very interesting. And that's always been my problem with the Lamar Jackson discourse, which is why I'm not surprised by what's happening with Lamar Jackson right now in terms of the conversations that's surrounding him.
Check on them.
I'm not surprised. You guys do this every single time. Oh, wait, Selena?
I'd keep that holstered if I were you.
What's she doing here? She was part of that robbery at the mayor's office.
Really?
I trust her.
You're gonna drag out that
I trust her. I trust her 100%.
She's mending her ways.
I trust her
He's right,
completely.
Lieutenant. I don't do the bad things anymore. Unless it's on request.
This better not come back to bite me.
Well, I mean, you ain't got a choice.
Come in.
But yeah, I mean, I was told.
Incident in the bar. Dead is its own kind of cage. I can't stand being in it. Not that I needed your help or anything.
Uh-huh.
You had my back.
Yeah.
I thought I'd repay the favor.
Okay.
You know, like you scratch my back, I cut some people up.
Doing the right thing. Maybe there's hope for you yet.
Don't read too much into it. I'm just allergic to owing you anything.
Nah. I see some good in you, Selena. We can work this out.
Enough waiting. We're going.
I see some good in you, Selena. We can work this out.
Now, aren't you glad I'm here?
Oh, I'm glad you're here. I never said I wasn't. I'm glad you're here.
Nice SWAT team of getting in there quietly.
All right, let's do this. But yeah, I find it interesting how all this is working out. You know, you guys do the same thing with Lamar. I watch the media do the same thing every single time. It doesn't change. Whenever Lamar's compromised, you guys do this. You push this story and this narrative. All of a sudden, Lamar's out of his prime. Then when Lamar starts balling out next year, you're going to pretend you didn't have these takes. Because the media did this. They pretended they didn't have those takes, saying the Ravens should consider moving off Lamar. Lamar may be out of his prime. I think we saw the best of Lamar Jackson. You remember when they were making those takes? I think we saw the best out of Lamar Jackson after the 2022 season. He had his MVP season, and we saw the best out of Lamar. Moving forward, we're not going to see anything from him. And then 2023 and 2024 happened. Now he's suffering injuries for the third time in his career, and it hasn't been season-ending injuries. He has been playing through a multitude of these injuries, and now all of a sudden, Lamar is out of his prime. Lamar is not going to be good moving forward. These injuries are piling up. It's too much for him. Even though Joe Burrow has missed more games than Lamar, despite being in the league less than him, he's been in the league less years than Lamar, he's played less games than Lamar, and yet he's missed more games than Lamar, and he's missed more games due to significant injuries that have resulted in him having to get surgery. Meanwhile, Lamar's injuries, he hasn't had a single surgery in his career.
They've been terminated.
All of his injuries just require time and recovery. Not a single major injury that's resulted in surgery. Yet Lamar's going to be out of his prime soon and he's injury prone. Damn! Oh my God, that was a headshot. He's packed him up.
Downer, but these hostages, I don't like their chances.
They just didn't have a head for the issues.
It's going to be messy.
Casualties are inevitable. It's only a question of how many.
Inspiring. You really know how to pep a girl up.
Oh God, I took a terrible shot. Oh, she's going to remember that. Oh boy, I'm fumbling right now. I'm trying to focus on Lamar, but I'm fumbling with Selena right now, bro. If I mess this up and I don't bag her, bro, I'm going to be disappointed. I don't know if I've made the right choices right now, man. I might have legitimately ruined my chance with Selena with that comment. Casualties will be... Why did I pick that one?
Please, no.
Oh, Vicky.
Go on then. Introduce the candidates.
I'm out of fumble with Selena,
Stage
guys.
fright, huh?
I might have actually fumbled with Selena. This is the bad thing. I might have legitimately fumbled with Selena. Oh my goodness.
3 hostiles. Gotta take them out quietly.
I should have just said no one dies. I should have played the heroic role. I should have just said no one dies. If I fumble with Selena, bro, I'm gonna be hurt. Alright, so let's see how we're gonna take out this first guy. Honestly, I'll use the camera stand for this guy. I think we could work this out here. Grab that thing and put him to bed. I'm gonna smack him with the camera. Okay, so let's look at this next thug. And let's see what I can use for him. Obviously, I can use... Can I use this? Ooh. What is that? What is that? What is that? I can use a table or I can use the door. You know, I'm going to use a table. I like slamming the thugs' heads on the table. It's really effective. I'm going to use that table and bash his head in. All right. There you go, Batman. Gotta be quick with it. Head to table. Nice connection. And let's get this last guard, or this last thug. And there we go. Ooh, wait. I gotta get Catwoman on this combo. I gotta get Catwoman on this combo. Let her do something. Yes. 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 I gotta use Catwoman on this combo. She gonna use the whip. Teach him a lesson. Ooh. Yes. Yes. I gotta use Catwoman on this. If I fumbled on that response, I gotta get her involved. Let's do it. Good teamwork. Here we go. Let me grab the stand real quick. Put him to bed. Oh, down to sleep. That's one. Here we go. Number 2. Put that gun down. Head to table. Number 3. Here comes Catwoman to put him to sleep. There we go. Good teamwork. Yeah, buddy. No. Sit down. Please don't scream.
Keep your heads down. Make for the police line.
Hey, chill with that running. You gotta be quiet.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
My downfall, brothers and sisters of color.
Who was that?
Nothing to fear. We are the children of Arkham.
Okay.
We are here to end the masquerade.
Who's this?
And
you know what, Slim? Yeah, I don't know who this is either.
men like your esteemed mayor have profited from the pain of innocence.
They knew this was too big for Oswald alone. Someone else is pulling the strings.
Definitely.
Smart. Let someone else do the dirty work.
Of course. We'll get back and talking about Lamar in a second. I gotta see how this is gonna play out. He might actually shoot Vicky.
You know what to do.
I don't know if he's going to, but he might actually shoot Vicky. Oh! What did she give the mayor? Oh no, Harvey! Oh! Harvey just got injected. Oh no! What did we just? What did Vicky just inject into Harvey in the mayor? Or the mayor candidate? This is bad. Okay.
Everybody in Gotham saw that moderator get shot on live TV.
Oh boy.
What's going on in there?
Yeah, things are getting hectic out here. Give me a second, Gordon. I'm trying to figure things out. As soon as I finish things up here, we can get back to talk about Lamar. But I gotta save these people for a quick second. But yeah, Lamar, smear campaign. Everyone talks about Lamar differently. Lamar's always treated differently in how they discuss him. All of a sudden, Lamar's out of his prime, injury, yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm talking about. Let's do this, Selena. All right. What's out here? We're gonna go through the fence. But yeah, Mike Preston saying what he was saying. I'm not surprised. The media acted the way they... Gordon, calm down, bro. I got this. Give me a second here. We are trying to work through this. But yeah, I'm not surprised by what happened here. It was to be expected. Okay. What should I do here?
Roll the tape.
Subject 9.
Dad?
I thought your father was dead.
Subject 9.
He is. This is an old video. That's a recording.
Declared criminally insane and committed to Arkham indefinitely as a ward of the state.
Please, I'll sell you the land. Please don't do this.
You had your chance. You should have made the deal we offered you. Give her the drug.
Oh no. Bruce, your father's a menace. Oh, there's no way to save him, bro. There's no. Your reputation's ruined. The media's watching this. This is a live broadcast. Oh no, she's losing her mind. There is no way to save this. Bruce, your family's reputation is in the gutter. It's over. Your father's a criminal. Oh, there's the police and they're getting smoked. And bullets are flying everywhere. And that monster's cooking everybody. Now I gotta go down there and handle this. Oh boy, let's do this. Great. Wasn't expected to do this now, but sure. Out the way. Okay, this is interesting here. Whoa! Him again? Okay. So we got some business to settle because that dude low-key caught me lacking last time. Let's try this again here. And there goes my machine. Okay, this guy is actually problematic. No! Duck and weave. You can't get me. Take this punch. Oh, God. Take another one to the gut. And one to the head. Take that right hook.
I took out Thomas Wayne. That was all him.
Yeah, sure, you're lying.
I had him killed because of it.
Oh, God, I'm getting choked out. Oh, God. I'm cooked. And the mayor just got laid out. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. The mayor's dead for sure. I mean, he took 3 bullets. He took 3 bullets. He's done. And you could take this electricity right to the face. You got to be down for the count.
Where's your mate, Bruce Wayne? Your biggest supporter. And he didn't even turn up.
Bro, Harvey, get out of there. What are you doing? Why are you throwing hands with this dude? Get out the way before he puts up. And it's too late. Oh, boy.
It's too late to join.
Do let him go.
Dead go.
And what if I don't?
I'll crush every bone in your body.
I knew you'd say something like that.
Are we firing bullets now, huh? You ain't hitting us with that. Come on, bro. Do better. Oh, my goodness. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Are you telling me I gotta save Selina or Harvey? Are you kidding me? Save Selina. It's not even a conversation. Are we serious? I'm trying to bag this girl. You think I'm saving Harvey? Come on, bro. Too bad, Harvey. He was gonna be Two-Face anyway. He was gonna be Two-Face anyway. He was gonna be Two-Face anyway. Why waste my time saving the guy that was already gonna turn into a villain? Harvey was already gonna be Two-Face. I'm trying to bag Selina. I feel like I made the right choice. Like, I made the right choice, right? Like, I know I made the right choice. I'm actively trying to bag Selina. Harvey was already going to turn into Two-Face. If it wouldn't be this incident, it'd be another incident. He was going to turn into Two-Face one way or another. I did the right thing. I did the right thing. I did the right thing. It don't matter. I did the right thing. Buddy had already got injected with some sort of drug. He was already long gone. It was over. It was cooked. I'm sorry. I was not losing Selina for Harvey. I made the right choice. Like, he was already going to be Two-Face. If it wasn't this incident, it was going to be another incident where he turned into Two-Face. I made the right choice. I know I made the right choice. I'm actively trying to bag Selina. Harvey was going to turn into Two-Face one way or another. I'm not wasting my time on a lost battle. He was going to be Two-Face. I made the right choice. That's all I know. Anyway, as the police take care of this and we kind of figure out this aspect here, I'm going to get back to talking about Lamar. And the media. So yeah, we know how the media is going to work. We know how they talk about Lamar. The conversations around him is different. Lamar, at the end of the day, everything is his fault. No one else is to blame. The Ravens can't win a Super Bowl because of Lamar. The Ravens lose because of Lamar. Everything's about Lamar. Lamar's to blame for everything going wrong with the team. Lamar's to blame for everything that is problematic with the team. It's as simple as that.
to the public.
So we know how this conversation goes with Lamar. I'm not surprised about the article. I'm not surprised about the hit pieces that are going around Lamar Jackson. And I'm not surprised that the media is turning on Lamar and putting the blame on him for everything. That's just what they do. It's always been like that. It's not going to change. It's going to continue to be like that. So it is what it is. I got Selena in my crib right now. We can make this work. Please tell me. Please tell me. No. Please, please. We can make this work. We can make this work. I promise you we can make this work.
Lawyers representing Bruce Wayne have no comment at this time.
We can make this work. We can make this work. I'm bagging Selena, man. I don't care what anyone got to say. I'm getting this done. That's the end of episode 2. I am going to cut out here because it has been 2 hours. So we're going to wrap this stream up. Did I ease Falcone's pain or made him suffer? You and 29% of players made him suffer. Why would you ease Falcone's pain? He's a villain. He tried to kill us. What are y'all thinking, man? This is nasty work. Okay, whatever. I guess I'm the villain. Did I kiss Selena? Yes, damn near 80% of us did that. Why wouldn't we? Are you serious? Come on. Look at these stats. Did I visit the mayor's Batman? 42% chose. What are with all these good people? Why are y'all choosing to go as Bruce? What are you going to gain as Bruce Wayne? Stop trying to be the reasonable person. Go as Batman. You and 8% of players withdrew your funding from Harvey's campaign. Oh yeah, I forgot I was supposed to be a friend to Harvey. I have not been a friend to Harvey at all, have I? I've been actively dismissing him. He didn't come in the room with me when Falcone pulled up to my crib. I knew he was going to turn one way or another. I wasn't wasting my time on a lost battle. Who cares? He was already going to become a villain. Did I save Selena or Harvey? See, me and 62% of people saved Selena over Harvey. Who the hell is sitting? What? 38% of people saved Harvey. For what? Over Selena? Some of y'all crazy out here. These stats don't make sense to me. Why the hell did 38% chose to save Harvey? Why? Why? Again, we're fighting a lost battle. No matter what we do, Harvey's turning into Two-Face. Why y'all trying to be friends with this dude? Why are you trying to save him? He's gonna become Two-Face. Why? Selena's right there. Do the right thing. It's common sense. Come on. This don't make sense. I don't like how most of my stats, I'm in the minority here. I made Falcone suffer. He should suffer. Look what he's done. He's a villain. Why would I be the good guy? I chose to visit the mayor as Batman. Why would I go as Bruce? To negotiate? It's not going to change anything. If you want things done, go as Batman. Come on. And me and 8% of players would draw a fund. Come on. You guys were trying to support Harvey as if he wasn't going to turn into Two-Face. What's that friendship going to do for you in the next episode? I don't get this, man. People doing too much. And the fact that 38% acted, it should have been 3%. It should have been 3. How the hell 38% of people tried to they saved Harvey over Selena? Nah, bro, you not getting her. You not bagging her if you trying to do that. There's no way you bagging her, man. Y'all out here saving Harvey over Selena. 38% really tried to save Harvey over Selena? Y'all not playing the game right. I don't know what game y'all playing. I don't know what game y'all playing, bro. Y'all not playing. Y'all not playing right. Y'all not playing right. I don't know what y'all trying to do, bro.
The Telltale series.
All right, so episode 3, we'll do that later.
But this isn't over.
We'll have to do that later. I ain't gonna lie. I'm having some fun playing this game. I haven't played this game in a long time, so I'm having some fun here. I'm getting Selena one way or another. I don't care. It may be next episode, which is perfect because we got the Ravens and Packers playing tomorrow. So we'll probably be streaming tomorrow, and we'll play episode 3. So we'll be in on this. We will lock into this, and we'll have a fun time. It's been fun doing this.
Waynes have always run this company.
Okay.
But now they want to decide what your future at this company will be.
Wait, is Bruce getting fired?
Do you really think Bruce Wayne is worth protecting?
Is Vicky still bothering me? Piss off already. Vicky, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to work with you. Oh, bro, we getting steamy with this, bro. There's no way, bro. There's no way. What? Sure, accept and report. I don't know what happened. Don't lose my data. Please don't lose my data. I played 2 episodes in. Do not lose my data. I don't know what the hell happened. God damn it, PS5. Please, 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 PS5. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Do not lose my data, bro. Like, let's not play these games right now. I done played 2 episodes. Do not lose my data. I gotta be here for episode 3 tomorrow. Do not lose my data. Do not lose my data. Please, please, please do not lose my data. Do not lose my data. Okay, let's check this. Please tell me you saved my data. I ain't even messing around right now. This is serious. You have better save my data. Oh, look at the white. It's messing up my green screen. And I never fully fixed my green screen after showing that. So, like, it's still a mess. It's still a mess. And, like, this is still open, which I probably could have fixed earlier. But it don't matter. We've had a fun time. We've had our joy. That's cool. Please tell me you have episodes 1 and 2 done. Yes! Yes! Yes. Okay. Alright. Yes. Episodes 1 and 2 are complete. I got 5 episodes to do. You know what? It takes about 2 hours. Well, it takes less than 2 hours. We're gonna be here tomorrow for the Ravens and Packers game. I think we can knock out episode 3 and 4. And then episode 5 can be the week 17 therapy session. I think we can get this whole series done by Monday. Because I won't be streaming any games on Sunday. I think we can get this done. Tomorrow, we will do episode 3, and potentially 4. And then episode 5, we'll do the therapy session, and we'll probably play this game as well. I want to see if I can beat this here. So, yeah, we got 3 more episodes left to go. We've done 2 episodes so far throughout our discussion. So we can beat this. We can beat this. We can absolutely beat this. So we'll have some fun with this. But, yeah, time to wrap things up here. So, let me see. I probably can get back to my... Probably leave things here. Yeah, we are going to wrap things up here for this discussion because we've actually been here for 2 hours. So, I'm going to wrap things up. I'm going to take a look at the comments and we'll call it a day. Lamar Jackson is he is and always will be a polarizing player to talk about and discuss. The active, which it is happening, the active hit pieces that are going on with Lamar Jackson, it's just part of the norm for what happens when it comes to Lamar Jackson. This is how things have been done when it comes to discussing and talking about Lamar Jackson for years now, and it's not going to change. They did this in 2021. They did it in 2022. They're doing it again. It's going to be the same. If the Ravens choose to move off of Lamar, fine. It is what it is. I don't know what the Ravens are going to do this offseason. There's a lot of questions about this organization, and changes need to be made. If this team misses the playoffs, significant changes need to happen. If they somehow make the playoffs, I still think significant changes need to be made, but I don't think they will happen, specifically because they'll just say it was an injury-riddled year and we still made the playoffs. Nothing needs to change. If they miss the playoffs, there would be an incentive to move off of John. But if they make the playoffs, John will still be here. As for Lamar, whether he's going to sign that extension, whether he's going to ask for a trade, I don't know. We don't know what Lamar's thinking. We don't know how Lamar's feeling. We do not know. At the end of the day, Lamar is going to do what Lamar is going to do. The Ravens know they have to extend him this offseason. $74 million on the cap if they don't. He has to sign an extension this offseason. They're going to be having serious contract talks with him. If Lamar wants some serious change, which I'm talking about Lamar specifically, if Lamar wants some serious changes, now is the time. This is the time to negotiate. I'll sign the contract you guys want me to sign, but one, I still want my no trade clause. I still want my no tag clause. But most importantly, I need some changes to happen here. We need a coaching change. We need this. We need that. We need all this stuff. Whatever Lamar says in those negotiations, in order to get it done, is up to him. But if Lamar wants some significant changes to give him and his team the best chance to win a championship, this is the offseason to do it. This is the time. This is the time. The ball is in Lamar's court. If he doesn't want to be here anymore, he's free to ask for a trade. If he wants to be here and wants changes, the ball's in his court. Tell EDC, I'll sign if you give me what I want. Change this, change that. I want better offensive linemen. I want receivers. I want this. I want that. Whatever he wants. This is your time, Lamar. It's up to you. If you make no changes and sign that contract, you live with whatever you live with, and you don't have a right to complain. At that point, you'll be part of the problem. If everything's not going well, you will fully be part of the problem. No question. No doubt about it. So yeah, it is what it is. These conversations about Lamar, it's been like that for the longest. Like I said, Lamar wasn't expected to be successful in this league. He was supposed to be another Terrell Pryor. He was supposed to flame out like RG3. Lamar wasn't expected to come in and become a Hall of Fame player. That wasn't expected from him. He wasn't expected to win multiple MVPs and be first-team All-Pro multiple times. He wasn't expected to be one of the greatest players of his generation. He wasn't expected to be a Hall of Fame player. He turned into that. A lot of people were expecting him to be terrible and fail and not succeed in the league, and he proved them wrong. Some of the biggest pundits that have been covering this game for years called him a running back, called him a wide receiver, said he couldn't throw. He's a run-first quarterback. He proved the doubters wrong. And despite him proving the doubters wrong, there's always going to be that next level of challenge for him. Until Lamar wins a Super Bowl, these conversations will forever be stuck with him. And there's nothing he can do, whether it's his fault or not. If Lamar never wins a Super Bowl, the conversations will always remain for his career. It is what it is. As for the Ravens, they play the Packers tomorrow. We will be here for that. We will cover the Ravens-Packers game while also playing this Batman game. Yeah, we'll cover the Ravens-Packers game. If the Ravens lose the Packers, season's over and changes should be made. If they win, they have to wait and see what happens tomorrow between the Steelers and the Browns. If the Browns win, Week 18 for the division. If the Steelers win the AFC North. So whatever happens within these next 48 hours, we will be locked in and we'll have a conversation then. So Ravens-Packers Saturday. Week 17 therapy session on Monday. So we're already locked in. Whatever happens, happens. We'll have our discussions then. Anyway, guys, I appreciate every single one of you for tuning in. Thank you so much for pulling up to today's stream. It was another Lamar Jackson conversation, and I'm getting very comfortable with trying to do these gameplays while also having this discussion. Because, again, I'm not really looking to be a full-on gamer in this aspect, but it is nice to have something in the background. I like playing this game. It was one of the games I wanted to play, so I felt this would be a game I would definitely want to showcase here. Not to mention, I said this before, and I'll say it again. If Harbaugh is the head coach next year, I'm not covering the Ravens. I have to do something on this channel. So I'm trying to adapt to new things, and this is one of the new things I can do to adapt. We can talk about other things. Now, come Saturday, I did promise, well, come tomorrow, I did promise that we'll talk about some other things other than the Ravens. The game we'll be playing, we'll be talking about it and following it and covering it. But I also did say, if you guys wanted to talk about anime or cartoons or movies or whatever, if you guys wanted to talk about it, we can do that during the stream. I'll also be playing this Batman game, so we're going to be doing multiple things. We'll still cover the game, but we'll be playing this Batman game. And if you guys want to have other topics to talk about, anime, cartoons, whatever, because a few of you guys asked me last week you guys asked me on Monday during the therapy session. You guys asked me if I was going to cover the Packers game, and I said I'd probably do it. And then some of you asked, well, since the Ravens are looking like this and none of us really want to talk about them, would you consider talking about anime or some movies or TV shows during the live stream for the Packers game? And I said I'd consider it. Well, the game is tomorrow. I figured might as well. Season's on the line, but who the hell really cares? We'll be playing our Batman game. We'll be covering the Ravens-Packers game, and we'll be chilling out, vibing, and talking about whatever. So tomorrow's a free-for-all. We'll discuss whatever we got to discuss here, and we can have fun with it. So tomorrow should be a fun day. If the Ravens win, whoopee. If the Ravens lose, season's over, and we can finally get ready to enter the offseason and hope that changes will be made. Whatever happens, happens. Again, I'm so checked out of this season that I'm ready for the offseason. I don't really care anymore. With that being said, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. With that being said, I appreciate you guys tuning in, but before I go, let me check these comments because I want to give you guys a chance to have your comments be answered. So I'm going to go from where I left off. Let's see. Let's see. What's going on, Chaos? Okay, so I started from here. As real fans, we also have to hold Lamar accountable to agree. Yeah, I agree. I've always held Lamar accountable. I've never just sat back and said everybody's at fault, Lamar plays no role. I've held Lamar Jackson accountable, and I have criticized him for his play in the playoffs, specifically when it comes to the turnovers. And I criticize him when he doesn't play well in regular season games. I have always been of the mindset of holding everybody accountable on the team. When it comes to wins, we give everybody credit. When it comes to losses, we criticize everybody for their role in the loss. I hold everybody accountable, and Lamar is no different. He may be my favorite player, but I don't hold my punches for anybody. Jimmy Butler was my favorite player when he was with the Miami Heat, and I was constantly criticizing him for the things that he was doing, because that's just what you got to do. They can be your favorite player, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't hold them accountable. So I agree with that. Everyone needs to hold Lamar accountable for the mistakes that he's made and the decisions he's made and some of the turnovers that he's had that have been on him, such as the fumbles. So yeah, we do have to hold Lamar Jackson accountable. I'm with you. I'll say move up Todd Monken and get one of the offensive coordinators you're talking about, or DC2. Yeah, I mean, changes got to be made. We'll see how things go. Yeah, we let Mike McDonald walk because his front office wanted to stay loyal to John Harbaugh. Yeah, it was stupid. Hey, Real, I'm just playing a College Football 26 on my new PS5. Congrats, man. Nice Christmas gift, man. Happy for you. Hopefully you're enjoying that game. I'm not buying College Football 26. I'm not doing that. But hopefully it's a good game, and hopefully you're enjoying it. Same hit pieces last time with a tweak around contract time. There's a pattern. There's always a pattern. There's always a pattern. Favorite Madagascar movie? That's actually a good one. I don't actually have a favorite Madagascar movie, so I wouldn't actually have an answer to that. You know, if you guys have questions for me about that tomorrow, you guys are free to ask that. I don't exactly know if I'm going to have an answer for it because movies aren't exactly my specialties, but I do have some movies I watch. Sup, Real, sorry for being late in the stream. Oh, no, bro, you were just in time. We got plenty of time. I don't know when this was tweeted, but appreciate you stopping by, dude. I didn't know he bashed Ray. Yeah, he bashed a lot of players. Yeah, he did say Ed Reed wouldn't be. He did say Ed Reed wouldn't be a good pick. He did say that. Let's see here. A lot of people that claim to root for Lamar secretly can't stand him. A lot of people want Lamar out of Baltimore. So he's basically like Dave Metzler is for the wrestling community. Pretty much. You just don't listen to what he says. Shooting a shot. Yeah, I got to take that shot at Selena, man. We going to be taking that shot in episode 3, too. I think I might bag her in episode 3. We'll see. He said Ray Lewis was declining in 2005. Did you work on that shot? That's a shot I work on, man. That's a shot I work on. Media saying Lamar being washed after 44 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Well, it wasn't 44-6. It was 41-5. No, sorry, it's 41-4. 41 touchdowns to 4 interceptions, and it was 45 total touchdowns to 9 total turnovers. People still take Skip Bayless seriously? No, not really. But in terms of comparisons, Nick Wright is the Skip Bayless of Nick Wright is Lamar's version of Skip Bayless. He's a Skip Bayless for Lamar. He's throwing a tantrum because the Chiefs aren't in the playoffs. That's good for him. That's good for him, man. No hit pieces on Harbaugh because they love Harbaugh. He had the hand injury before the Ravens game. Bengals got fined for lying about it on injury reports. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that actually might have happened as well. But it is what it is. You know? Jets will ruin them. I'm convinced they're a curse. He's not getting traded to the Jets, so we ain't got to worry about that. Tyler Huntley never threw more than 10 touchdowns because he's a backup quarterback and he's never played a whole season. If the Ravens choose Harbaugh over Lamar, I'm going with them. Rams Nation 2026. I don't think he'd go directly to the Rams, but he would go somewhere else. Hopefully he ends up with the Niners with Kyle Shanahan, that West Coast offense. They would definitely win a Super Bowl. Lamar in a West Coast offense right next to Christian McCaffrey and Kyle Shanahan, that would be a Super Bowl right there. Well, we go against Malik Willis tomorrow. Easy win for us. Now let's hope Shedeur Sanders beats the Steelers. I wouldn't say it's an easy win. Harbaugh knows how to choke a game with the best of them. He's a top-tier choke artist. But this may be a game where they dominate because his job's on the line. So he may actually step up with his job being on the line. The Lamar Jackson smear campaigns have returned? Pretty much. Will the Huntley Ravens beat the Willis Packers tomorrow? Probably. John Harbaugh's job on the line. He's not trying to lose his job over this. His job's on the line, so he's going to do everything in his power to make sure they win. But then again, John Harbaugh is an S-tier level choke artist, so they may have a dominant game, but still choke the game away. So we'll see what happens. We're in for a surprise tomorrow. Tomorrow should be an interesting game. With that being said, guys, I am calling it a night. We have been here for nearly 2.5 hours. It has been fun to discuss this with you, but it is time to call it a night, especially because I will be here tomorrow night for the Ravens and Packers game, and we'll have a lot of conversations, Dan, about a lot of things. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for pulling up to the stream. I appreciate you all. That's cool. His job's been on the line multiple times this season. Harbaugh's cooked. I hope you're right. I do hope you're right. I do hope you're right. But this is the first time this season we've actively talked about. Like, this is the first time this season. This previous week was the first time this season the media actually talked about Lamar Jesus. The media actually talked about John Harbaugh's job status. The media has never asked I keep saying Lamar. The media has never, this entire season, the media never once asked John Harbaugh how he feels about his coaching status, how he feels about his coaching job. Does he think he's on the hot seat, or does he think he's going to be fired? The media, for the first time this season, asked about that man's job security. And does he feel secure with his job? Does he think his job's on the line? Does he think a change can be made? Has he talked to Steve? They asked him questions about his job status and his future in Baltimore. This was the first time they did that. His job has been on the hot seat throughout the year by us, the fans, but this is the first time the media actively said it. Both on the television shows, they were saying he's on the hot seat, and the media directly addressed Harbaugh, and he had to answer questions about that. It's the first time that's happened this season. So it really feels like his job's on the line tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, I am tired. I need to go get some rest. It is 11 o'clock at night. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much for pulling up to the stream. I love you all. I appreciate you all. And I will see you tomorrow for the Ravens and Packers game. Until then, guys, be sure to stay safe. And peace out. See you later.